حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير معیوب ہوں تیرا کرم پردہ رکھا عزت بھی دی بڑھ کے دیا اوقات سے دولت بھی طاقت بھی اور وقت بھی کر دے خطا ہر معاف تو فہرست اسیاں کو چھوڑ دے اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير رنگینیوں خود غرضیوں میں ہے گزاری یہ عمر ہے آرزو بس کہ یہی کر دوں تیرے نام شام و سحر تسکین دل حاصل کروں رخ اپنی جانب تو موڑ دے اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير لب پہ رہے ذکر و دعا اور تجھ سے میں ڈرتا رہوں کر کے عمل قرآن پہ جنت کی راہوں پہ چلتا رہوں خدمت کروں اسلام کی پچھتاوے کا غم توڑ دے اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير روتا رہا سجدوں میں جو دل میں لیے امت کا غم پڑھتا رہوں میں تحفتاً اپنے نبی پہ درود ہر قدم ہو روح جب تن سے جدا جنت کی جانب چلے دوڑ کر اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sponsor Keze, the technician. You are now listening to the biggest reality show, #Niteline, exclusively on Radio Al Ansar.
Ya Allah, don't.
You tune to Radio Al Ansar, broadcasting to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This and only this is Niteline, the program designed especially for you, the listener. Niteline is the only program that allows you, the listener, the opportunity to voice your opinion on any topic or any matter that concerns you. Also on Niteline, we interview the famous, the not so famous, and the infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Brother Muhammad Variawa, and your program host for this evening is Dr. Jeewa.
Assalamu alaikum, it's me Aisha Jamal. Join me every Saturday on Nightline for 15 minutes of changing your heart with a helping hands buzz. Kedla and sound making a difference. Let's meet at 8:30 to 8:45.
Ya Allah, don't.
You tune to Radio Al Ansar, broadcasting to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This and only this is Nightline, the program designed especially for you, the listener. Nightline is the only program that allows you, the listener, the opportunity to voice your opinion on any topic or any matter that concerns you. Also on Nightline, we interview the famous, the not so famous, and the infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Brother Muhammad Variawa, and your program host for this evening is Dr. Jeewa.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sponsor Kaiser, the technician. You are now listening to the biggest reality show, Niteline, exclusively on Radio Al Ansar.
Allah, 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 تنہا ہوں میں اور امتحان لاکھوں تنے ہیں سامنے، بیٹھا ہوں میں مایوس کن، آئے نہ کوئی مجھے تھامنے۔ اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ مایوب ہوں تیرا کرم پردہ رکھا، عزت بھی دی بڑھ کے دیا اوقات سے، دولت بھی طاقت بھی اور وقت بھی، کر دے خطا ہر معاف تو، فہرست اسیاں کو چھوڑ دے۔ اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ رنگینیوں خود غرضیوں میں ہے گزاری یہ عمر، ہے آرزو بس کہ یہی کر دوں تیرے نام شام و سحر، تسکین دل حاصل کروں، رخ اپنی جانب تو موڑ دے۔ اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ لب پہ رہے ذکر و دعا اور تجھ سے میں ڈرتا رہوں، کر کے عمل قرآن پہ جنت کی راہوں پہ چلتا رہوں، خدمت کروں اسلام کی، پچھتاوے کا غم توڑ دے۔ اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا اللہ ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا اللہ ونعم الوکیل، حسبنا اللہ ونعم الوکیل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ روتا رہا سجدوں میں جو دل میں لیے امت کا غم، پڑھتا رہوں میں تحفتاً اپنے نبی پہ درود ہر قدم، ہو روح جب تن سے جدا جنت کی جانب چلے دوڑ کر، اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، تنہا ہوں میں اور امتحان لاکھوں تنے ہیں سامنے، بیٹھا ہوں میں مایوس کن، آئے نہ کوئی مجھے تھامنے، اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ مایوب ہوں تیرا کرم پردہ رکھا، عزت بھی دی بڑھ کے دیا اوقات سے، دولت بھی طاقت بھی اور وقت بھی، کر دے خطا ہر معاف تو، فہرست اسیاں کو چھوڑ دے، اللہ اللہ تو میری سن لے صدا، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير، حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير۔ رنگینیوں خود غرضیوں میں ہے گزاری یہ عمر، ہے آرزو بس کہ یہی کر دوں تیرے نام شام و سحر، تسکین دل حاصل کروں، رخ اپنی جانب تو موڑ دے، اللہ اللہ तू मेरी सुन ले सदा हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील निअमल मौला व निअमल नसीर हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील निअमल मौला व निअमल नसीर हस्बुनल्लाह व निअमल वकील निअमल मौला व निअमल नसीर लब पे रहे जिक्रो दुआ और तुझसे मैं डरता रहूं करके अमल.
If your dial is on 90.4 in Durban and 105.6 in Pietermaritzburg,
की राहों पे चलता रहूं खिदमत
you should know by now that you tune to Radio Lansar. We broadcast to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
दावे का गम तोड़ दे अल्लाह अल्लाह.
And she'd always worked out by now. It's a Saturday night, so you tune to Nightline. Nightline is a program that has been designed especially for you, the listener. Also on Nightline, we conduct interviews with the famous, the not so famous, and the infamous. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another program of Nightline. You're going to come to your brother Muhammad Variawa, and we have a very special guest, which I'll introduce to you a little bit later on. And of course, my co-presenter, Dr. Jeewa is here as well. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Great to be back home.
It's good to be back at the studio, and we deliberately wanted to come back at the studio because at the souk, it just makes it very, very difficult to listen to our wonderful listeners that try to call in all the time. 060-904-1056. We have a very interesting lineup for you. Tonight, we'll be discussing the Durban Coastal Mental and Special Needs in Sherwood, which I think you live right there, but you don't know what some of the problems and some of the resources and some of the needs that they have. And also, we'll be talking to you about many other stuff. Remember, 060-904-1056. If you're not at the souk, then you must be at home listening to us and enjoying the program. We're going to be with you until about 11:30 tonight.
Inshallah, alhamdulillah. So, assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all our wonderful listeners of Nightline. Welcome to Nightline. As you know, it's a late night talk show. We are broadcasting on 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 in Pietermaritzburg, every Saturday night from 8:30 till late. Alhamdulillah, last week we broadcast from the souk. It was a pretty good experience. It was nice to meet one or two of our great listeners. But nevertheless, it was a bit too crowded, too noisy, and a bit too challenging. And we wanted to focus our show to you, the listeners at home. So this is a space where real conversations happen, where we explore the issues that matter. We share wonderful and powerful stories, and we give voice to the thoughts that keeps us awake at night. Whether it is social or whether it is spiritual or simply personal, Nightline is your platform to connect, reflect, and be inspired. So our first segment, as usual, whenever we start our show, and that is a Helping Hand segment by Aisha Jamal. Let's listen to this.
You are listening in to the Nightline, the program that is built to make you think as well as respond. And assalamu alaikum to my brothers Muhammad Variawa and Dr. Jeewa. Hope that you are also enjoying the souk, the last 2 days actually left for the souk, and hope that everybody is going to be streaming in for the last 2 days. And don't forget that as much as you are going to be enjoying yourselves and you are going to be having fun, we hope that you are going to be coming on board with us, inshallah, for the Helping Hands Buzz as we make appeals every single week for all the people that need it in the community. So alhamdulillah, for today, we have a widow who needs help with her water and light account. It is in arrears. She's been making this appeal for the last 2 weeks, and she is in arrears for about 4,500 Rand. We also have a single bed to give away. If you are in need of this bed, it is in very good condition. Please WhatsApp me, inshallah, and we will definitely give it away to a person that's very deserving. There's also a single mother with 6 children. Yes, you heard me right. She is a single mother with 6 children, and she is in need for assistance for school textbooks as well as school fees. We're also making an appeal to all of you to please support the Al Ansar outreach projects. It is the last 2 days before the Suk ends. Ramadan is on our doorstep, and many people do need your assistance. So, inshallah, please go down to the Al Ansar stand and the outreach stand as well, and please do donate for all the appeals that they do have, all the projects that we are going to be doing for Ramadan, inshallah. And just some words of advice for the upcoming projects that we are going to be doing. Please do choose wisely and do your homework before you dispense your zakat, as Ramadan is fast approaching, and there will be many fly-by-night collectors as well coming your way. So please do give to reputable organizations that have been doing charity work for the last 20, 30 years. Please do give to them as well as, and mostly to the poor family members that you have. And remember that charity does begin at home. Right, so we're also going to be reading out the question that came in to Mulana this week. I think this is something that's very pertinent, as well as many people are going through these problems, and it is becoming a very, very huge concern in the community. Dear Mulana, I honestly don't know who to ask for advice. A phone is a necessity, but my husband is addicted to his phone. He's constantly watching videos for hours on end, 3 to 4 hours, maybe more, or texting. He sits up late at night on his phone, no fijr, as he is too tired. He snaps at the kids when they speak to him. He asks me to bring his food to the sofa as he is on his phone. We don't even have conversations anymore. He sits in the toilet with his phone as well. He is unsociable to guests at home. My children are following his example. I'm so frustrated as I'm becoming a nag. Salah is also neglected. Am I being petty? Does he need counseling? Please advise. I don't know what to do. Sister in Islam. And inshallah, we will play out Mulana Venka's nasiha because he's not in the country right now. Inshallah, we do make dua for them for their safe return as well. And inshallah, we hope that this nasiha will bring some relief to many people who are going through the same problem. From me, Sister Aisha Jamal, if you wish to contact me for any of the appeals that I have made, please do contact me on 0843041683, and inshallah, please do WhatsApp me only, and then inshallah I will respond to you. From me, Sister Aisha Jamal, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Respected listeners, indeed, this is a sad reality which unfortunately is happening in many, many, many homes, in Muslim homes, where the amount of time that is spent on social media, the amount of time that is spent on our cell phones, each and every one of us, go onto your screen time. How much of time on average do we spend, on our phones? You'd find there was someone that mentioned that they spend 8 hours a day. 8 hours. You're spending 8 to 9 hours sleeping, 9 hours, 8, 9 hours on the cell phone. So in other words, the only 8 hours that are being used constructively, during the course of the day. It's something that we need to seriously look at. We need to do some serious introspection. We speak about, a physical detox. What is important that we need a spiritual detox. We need a detox from social media. Of course, if there's something that is pertinent, we look at TikTok, where you start flipping from one video to the other. The concentration span, of the human, there was a time where a person could listen attentively to a 20-minute lecture. Today they would tell you that, 12 minutes, that 12 minutes has become 5 minutes, that 5 minutes has become 2 minutes, and the 2 minutes has become 1 minute. Sometimes you're watching something for 1 minute, it does not intrigue you. What happens? You flip on, you go on to the next video. So the concentration span, is our memories have gone so weak. Why? Because we are so accustomed to, watching this and watching that. And unfortunately, it's something that it's not an isolated incident only in your home. There are many, many homes that are suffering as a result, of this. I think it's something which is important. Like one father mentioned, he said that when we sit on the dinner table, all the phones are kept aside. And after a certain time, the Wi-Fi is put off. Nobody has access to Wi-Fi. In the morning, I recall I was traveling somewhere. Yes, in Durban, I walked into a Muslim business, and there was a sign that is there. Any staff member caught using the cell phone, this is the fine. I think we need to start imposing these fines on ourselves. How about us? Is that, if we overstep the mark, if we use the cell phone for 3 hours or 4 hours, we impose a fine on ourselves. When it starts hurting the pocket, then inshallah, in that way, we would start seriously re-looking at, the abuse of the cell phone. So, sister, this is a case that, you need to sit down as a family, not only as your husband, and you mentioned the kids as well, the children as well, are guilty of doing this. They're following in the footsteps of the father. So we need to sit together as a family and, have a serious discussion with regards to this, because this is not an isolated case. This is happening not in most, but in many, many families, unfortunately. Allah Ta'ala protect us, Allah Ta'ala grant us the tawfiq and the ability, that we, utilize our time, constructively. Allah Ta'ala takes a qasam on time. Hassan Basri used to say, Adraktu aqwaman kana ahaduhum shaha ala umrihi minu ala dirhami. I sat with a group of Sahaba. I found that they were more possessive over the time than the money. Ask them for money, they would give you whatever they own. Ask them for time, they wouldn't give you a dime. Ask them for time, they wouldn't give you a second. Ask them for money, they would give you whatever they own. It's a sad reality in our masajid. Youngsters, elderly, sitting and watching TikTok videos in the Haram Sharif, in front of the Kaaba. People sitting and listening to music. Is that not the height of disrespect? وَمَن يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Allah Ta'ala protect us, Allah Ta'ala guide us, Allah grant us the tawfiq and the ability that we realize the value of time and we use our time constructively and beneficially, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum.
That was a wonderful nasihah by Maulana Vanka on a very, very important topic. I think we need to address this as a program on its own, and that's called phone scrolling. It's about the amount of time that's been spent on the phone. And I don't know if you heard the question about this lady complaining about her husband. And I mean, this is a common scenario. We see it happening very commonly. And it is destroying a lot of families, a lot of homes, a lot of marriages. And I mean, she says here that my husband is addicted to his phone. He constantly watches videos for hours on end. 3 to 4 hours for texting. He sits up late at night on his phone. No prayers as he's too tired. He snaps at the kids. The personality changes when they speak to him. He asked me to bring his food to the sofa as he's on the phone. We don't have conversations anymore. He even goes to the toilet with his phone in his hand, sitting in the toilet with his phone in his hand. He's unsociable to his guests at home. His children are following his example. She's becoming so frustrated.
So even when his guest at home, he's on his phone.
Yeah.
So we only see his forehead.
Yeah. So and that is what addiction is all about.
What, seeing your forehead?
No, when your personality changes, instead of becoming irritated, angry, upset, your sleep pattern changes, your personality changes, you get angry.
But what type of videos is he watching?
Oh,
the good ones or the naughty ones?
Well, that's another question that you need to ask, because let's be honest. But let's also be honest. What's the thing that you spend the most time with and the closest that you have?
Yeah, but
closest to you.
I got rules at my home. I mean, when we're on the dinner table, there's no phones. When we stay at home now, we spend a lot of quality time, so there's no phones. But I also watch TikTok. I must really be honest. But it's not such that I become addicted to it and I ignore my guests and I want my wife to bring the food to the bedroom. I don't do all those things. Those are crazy things to do.
But at the same time...
But let me tell you, what you're 100% right. There must be thousands of people doing that. If we open the lines to all the wives, they'll all phone us and tell us they're not married anymore. They're married because the husbands are married to their phones.
Okay, so let's put that question out to our listeners.
How many of them How many of the husbands come to bed with their phone in their hand and spend time with them?
Or even maybe the wife too, and at the same time maybe the kids at the same time.
The danger of that is that the population is going to decrease.
In what way? Because they're spending too much time on their phone.
Time with the phone.
Yeah, well, that's going to be another topic in the near future, is where we're going to be talking about pornography and addiction to pornography, which is a huge problem. And you combine the phone with the pornography because it's right in your palms and right in your hands.
True. I think that's a very important topic.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about tonight. What we're going to talk about is something very, very important. We're going to turn our attention to a place many of us drive past, but few of us truly see. And that may include you, Dr. Jeewa.
No, I always notice that place.
You notice that place? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
when I go to the Islamic Medical Association, which is around the corner from there. Correct. So you have to, when you turn to the road that goes to the Islamic Medical Center, that gate you see right in front of you.
Okay, so there's a home with about approximately 66 patients that needs a tremendous amount of help from the people listening to us. And I think
and a lot of times I've noticed while driving past, you see these special need kids that are standing and waiting for transport.
Yes. If they're at the bus stop at the bottom there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in Sherwood, Durban, for those of you that drive past and don't take notice, there's a home that looks after some of the most vulnerable people in our society. Men and women with mental and intellectual disabilities who cannot care for themselves, who cannot speak for themselves, and in many cases have no family left to fight for them. This is the Durban Coastal Mental and Special Needs Home, an institution that has existed for decades. And if my research was right, started in about 1940, doing work most of us could never manage, yet surviving on limited resources, understaffed, underfunded, and often forgotten. Tonight, we are not here to concentrate on admin staff. We've got a wonderful guest who spent years there, which I'll introduce to you. We are here to understand exactly what goes on, what are the requirements, what type of patients are there, and how the listeners, and on our program Niteline, we have one of the best listeners in the whole entire world. Our generosity is beyond recognition, and maybe we must accept this. And I spoke to Doc early on as our pet project after we hear what's the problems and what are the needs. So we're here to ask fair questions, and most importantly, we are here to ask, what does dignity look like for those who cannot demand it for themselves? Because a society is judged not by how it treats the powerful, but a society is judged by how it treats the powerless. And I'm quite aware of the fact that about 66 of those adults and maybe kids that are at home are totally and utterly powerless and depends on the community and depends on caregivers for support. And to help us go into all this interesting conversation is a lady that's involved for quite a while. I'll ask her to introduce herself, but her name is Bianca Fernhout, right?
Fernhout.
You're Afrikaans. Jy's Afrikaans spreken of Engels of Afrikaans?
Dis Hollands, but I'm English.
But you're English. Welcome. Thank you very much. I must apologize on behalf of Doc and myself for the very last minute phone call that I made to you at about 2:15 this afternoon. But Aisha has spoken to me about this 6 months ago. Yeah. And unfortunately, our programs are so back to back that I couldn't fit it in. But I said today, I'm going to just make a plan to make it. And if we need follow-up programs, we will do it. So Bianca, welcome. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me got lost, but you found the place ultimately. That's important. I expected my security guy to tell you you are in the right place and actually come upstairs. So good evening. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to your listeners.
We need for you to tell us a bit. Let's go into the history about the Durban Coastal Mental Health and Sherwood. Tell us how you involved, how long you involved, what's been happening, what's going on, and then we can take the conversation from there.
The facility's correct name is Durban and Coastal Mental Health. The hostel that I represent as heading up the Parents and Guardians Association is Hostel Sherwood, on the same premises as the head office, on the same premises as the workshop. I've been involved since our parents passed away. My brother has been institutionalized since he is 14. His birthday recently, he turned 60.
He turned 60?
He turned 60.
Okay, yes. So he's there for approximately 46 years.
In varying places, but at Sherwood Hostel, 40 years.
Wow.
So his affliction is he has a mild form of cerebral palsy without the obvious physical defects. That organization takes care of mentally and physically handicapped, either during birth, accident, or abuse. And you are quite correct. Most of the residents there are either orphaned or abandoned. And like I say, I became intimately involved and have become increasingly so. Funding there is via the reliable funding currently for the period that I've been involved in any event is the Department of Social Development and the Department of Health. The rest of the funding is sourced via DCMH and via the various parents committees for the seven hostels. I'm very active.
There's 7 hostels there.
There's 7 hostels in KZN.
In KZN, yeah.
And Hostel Sherwood is supposedly the flagship at the premises of the head office.
And you got about approximately 60 patients there.
Currently 66.
How many kids and how many adults?
At Hostel Sherwood, they're all adults starting from the age of 20, going up to beyond 70.
Beyond 70?
Beyond 70. There's a facility in Amanzimtoti which caters for the profoundly disabled. They're all mostly bedridden, so they need considerably more care. There's a facility in Umlazi. I can post the links on the Facebook page linking to this interview. They vary, but all of them, the common thread is physical and mental disability.
Now, you've been there long enough. Just give us some idea of a typical day at the center.
A typical day at the center, you are very correct. It is understaffed. It is grossly underfunded. We are looking all the time for avenues for funding, whether it is long-term. At the moment, the needs are always ingredients for food, decent food, household meds, plasters, headache tablets. The residents do get transported to clinics for more serious matters. We are in need of roof repair in this rain. We have an antiquated asbestos roof, which sprouts leaks additionally with every rainfall. At the moment, we have somebody growing spinach in the back garden, which they are hoping to teach us self-sustenance, and I'm sure more veggies will be planted there. But we obviously looking for more than spinach. Ablutions are bad. They all need to be repaired, replaced.
When you say it needs to be repaired, you mean the ablution facilities is what, not up to standard, or
not up to
doesn't work,
standard, loose. You know, with donors, you need to be, and I say this a lot to everybody who will listen, we're very grateful, but please be a specialist in your field. Please don't send the gardener to come and do the plumbing repairs.
Okay, so you've had experience of people sending people that may not have been qualified to fix it and fix it for 2 days and then it goes back again.
So if when we arrange these repairs, because Durban and Coastal Mental Health do their own stuff also, when I call for repairs, they need to be certified, they need to be established, they need to be able to issue warranties. We've got lives on the line there. If there's an electrician, you cannot, you can't just send anybody. You need to be qualified. Otherwise,
you can't send Dr. Jeewa to do it. He's a dentist, so you can't ask him to go.
I might shock them.
You may shock them.
Actually, we could do with the dentist.
No, he'll be very happy to help you. That's the type of guy he is. But I mean, I can't send him to fix your lights. You wouldn't know where to start, right?
No, I'll change the bulb. I know how to change it.
No, I can also change a bulb. This is put it in and take it out.
This must fix the light, so I'll just change a bulb.
But let me give you an idea of the ablutions. Mm-hmm. So now maybe in a cottage which has 6 dorms, you will have one functioning toilet or the one functioning tap.
Okay, well, let's to put it in perspective. One functioning toilet and one functioning tap for how many residents?
12.
6 dorms is 12.
So in a cottage, you have little mini dorms, which 6 people can house 6 people. So it's more than 12. So if there's only one toilet working,
wow,
that's a problem. And understand now, if you have a mental disability and this thing is not working, it's the toilet's fault. And so it might get damaged even further because this thing's not working.
Out of frustration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and the water loss, the showers they need repiping, replumbing, re-whatevering. So it needs to be completely replumbed. The electricity, we haven't been able to touch the electricity because the asbestos roof leaks so bad that the ceilings are waterlogged, which drips down the walls into the light fittings, which drips down into the cupboards and has rotted them. My brother and I have physically, personally, just him and I, taken out cupboards with black mold, and we have reinstalled from scraps. That's where we are.
So all these special needs patients, all of them live there permanently?
Permanently.
Are they residential?
Yeah.
It's a residential treatment facility.
Yes.
And they live there permanently.
Permanently live there. There's a gate watcher who allows them to go out shopping if they need to, those that are high functioning, those that have permission. But they live there, they are medicated there, they eat there. And it's up to people like myself and the people that I connect with to assist. So as far as building restoration or repairs is concerned, that is huge. But always first funds go to food.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you all do have a problem, a huge problem,
very big
with
problem.
food.
Very big problem.
With food.
So that's
a basic need.
It's not nutritional. You can't eat samp and spinach 3 or 4 days in a week.
Give me some idea of the type of food you have for maybe breakfast, lunch, and supper, and just an idea.
So you'll get millie pup in the morning, or a slice of unbuttered bread, or buttered bread if we've received a donation of margarine. Tea time depends on what's coming as a donation. Otherwise, there's no tea time. Lunch is generally rice, putu with a bit of a savoury gravy and some veg. I've just cooked now over the festive period on the 25th of December and the 1st of Jan. And even though we were 6,000 Rand short on my budget, I was able to give them more veg than they have seen in a while. Eggs, milk, proper milk, cheese, things like that.
And where does your bread come from? Where does your bread and your milk and your egg, the basic stuff, come from now?
They allocated a certain amount out of what comes from the various government departments, and then head office goes and purchases that. And and that's absolute basic. And then we try and assist and pull in as much extra
For instance,
stuff.
would you know how many loaves of bread you would get in a day? Or
they need I'm going to give a figure they are using. They say 10 loaves per serving. So if you or 6 loaves per serving. So if there's no mealie meal, then they will get bread. That's 6 loaves for breakfast. Tea, they used to get sandwiches and tea. That that hardly happens unless there's a donation. Lunch, there's no need for bread unless there is a dietary intolerance to the putu or the samp or the whatever. So what we're talking 6 times 3 loaves in a day on average.
On average.
On average.
And these are not balanced meals. These are not nutritional meals. These are not tested meals. These are meals that whatever comes to them, whatever the people want to give you, is that what you get?
Yeah.
If I may ask, what's the demographics of that place right now?
All right. I say this objectively. It's quite a few Africans. I would say half.
Okay.
Quite a few Europeans that have been there forever.
Which you would say is another, 25%?
Yeah, well, close to 40, I would say.
Okay, so it's 50 black, 40 white.
Yeah, and a couple of coloured persons. And we have 2 Indian gentlemen up at Hostel Sherwood.
Now, do parents get involved? I know you told me you're on a parents committee, but how many parents sit on this committee of yours?
We are currently 2. I have a lot of advisors. We have rotated. People are, until they're on the committee, unaware of the extreme amount of time it takes as a volunteer, which is thoroughly unfunded. We pay our own petrol, our own time, our own whatever. I'm lucky. I'm self-employed, so my hours are flexible. If there's an emergency, I can be there. An emergency in their lives, I can be there immediately and make up the time later. So the parents are, at the moment, most of them supplementing each of their residents with what we call tuck. So if there's not enough food, or if they're given biryani, no insult intended, these people have been on medicines for so long that their digestive system's rejected.
Can't handle the spices.
They get diarrhea. So that's why I always ask for raw ingredients so that we can cook the bland food that they can tolerate. But we obviously need the nutritional stuff.
Now, do you have an operational kitchen in inverted commas?
This is another big thing. With the funding that I got now for the Christmas meals, we paid for another gas cylinder. Only one plate of our stove top industrial cooker is working. There are only 2 plates on the domestic stove that is working. The oven is broken. And then we have a steamer oven. So most of all the cooking I did was on this gas top thing. They can't fund an ongoing supply of gas, which is the alternative to having this equipment repaired. The other big issue is the laundry. I've personally arranged in the region of 5 machines in the period that I've been involved, but they're domestic machines.
So it can't take the loads.
Yes, and therefore the warranties are voided instantly because it's not used in a domestic environment, it's used commercially.
Yes, yeah.
So there's tears every time a machine does because they're not designed to go 24/7, which they need to. You have some incontinent, quite a few incontinent residents there. So we would need people to repair. We've got an industrial washing machine. We've also got an industrial tumble dryer. Both of them are hibernating. We've got 3 or 4 domestic machines, all hibernating. The understaffed staff, underpaid, understaffed staff, are also doing all laundry by hand. I got the washing lines repaired with steel wire because of the weight of the stuff. We have to redo that. You're putting on a waterlogged comforter. These things are not happy with that at all. So we literally do, and I'm happy to send a link. I sent out an appeal. The list is extensive. It can be quite daunting. But if you're working with it every single day, I'm there every single day. And you're talking about parents, what is their involvement? They have funded and helped fund geyser replacements, plumbing repairs, a whole bunch of things. And you do get to a point where you can only afford so much. And the resident, if those that are involved, is not the only person requiring care in a home or in their family unit. So they are focusing on supplementing their meals with tuck, tea, coffee, noodles, snacks, things to
What you
supplement the
calling
meals.
tuck? What you make reference?
We call it tuck.
Yeah, but what is it?
So tuck is if they're going to be getting biryani, which people are very kindly cooking and donating, but some residents can't eat it.
Okay.
No, please, no insult intended. Their bodies just cannot handle it.
Yeah, no, we
physically.
understand that totally, 100%. Yeah.
So they'll send a whole bunch of noodles or instant mealie meal or bread or fruit. I give my brother eggs and oranges and a whole bunch of other things.
Has there been a time where your residents went without food?
It was very close a while ago, and this was in the media. There have been quite a few where the staff wanted to lock out and remove the keys to all the food stores. Not that there was much. I was on site at that time. I did chat with them and asked them not to do it, that they please should go and take their grievance down to head office, which eventually they did. The argument was that they have done all of that and they thought that by hurting the residents, by starving them, they might get the attention.
The most innocent.
I was on site. I cooked for a month and a half, calling in.
You cooked for them a month?
Yeah. I cooked on site for a month and a half, calling in for donations all the time. That actually went quite well, and then the situation normalized. They've had various contractors, but food, whatever happens, food is the first place. Whatever funds come in, it goes towards food first, and the taps are allowed to leak because clearly you need to feed your people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to paint the picture from my research, which what I'm saying, it doesn't come from you or the information that you gave me. Just tell me how far I am towards the truth, because I understand that they're short staff, inadequate service delivery, historical crisis like you spoke about in this one that you're talking about refers to 2021, right? You have management and governance problems, staff protests in the past, cited mismanagement, government oversight. So the facility you're talking about is vitally struggling with resources, understaffed, oversight, and consistent quality of actual care. Would that be a fair reflection of what goes on in this day and age there at that facility?
All the newspaper reports allude to the facts. I'm happy to get into a discussion, but it's not my reason for being there. The politics I leave to the exec. I am involved. I do go to the board meetings. I sit with the head office quite often.
Okay, so you're involved at executive level.
I have meetings with the CEO, the deputy directors. We've just had a chat with the board. So I'm definitely well exposed there.
And you have social workers or physiotherapists or psychiatrists?
We could do with physiotherapists. We have social workers. But remember now, this is one of 7 hostels. In Phoenix, clearly your demographic is going to be a lot of Indian.
90% Indian.
Yeah.
Amlazi is going to be 90% black.
Yes. The workshop, you have quite a few Muslims attending. The demographic is very representative of South Africa, of South Africa's culture. But the workshop, that is quite separate. It's a separate entity. They too, though, could do with a lot more contracts where you pack hair clips into packets. Or
how much of community integration takes place at the home? Do people come visit? Does the community know about it? How much of marketing is done? Because let me tell you something, I drove past there a number of times, and like Doc said, I've also noticed them standing at the bus stops, but I never ever got into the place. And I think
I will invite
we're driving past life and we think everything is normal when there's right at our doorstep, there's people that are suffering.
There's quite a misconception. In fact, I've often gone on the road immediately behind the hostel. There is a Mulana that lives there. Most people are under the impression it's an insane asylum.
Psychiatric hospital.
They're not. Yes, it's not.
An asylum.
It's not. Somebody has had brain damage for whatever reason, so that's a mental handicap. Someone had an accident and now is a double amputee. And that's why they are there. So even in the community, I've been part of some of the security groups. I am represented in the area, but my focus is not that. My focus is simply doing what I can and getting hold of as many people to support as I can.
You just mentioned now for Christmas that you've managed to source funding.
Yes.
So where do you source funding from?
Well, you'd be surprised from some of the existing parents, some ex-parents, and some totally external. I've been doing this for a while, so there's a database of donors. But donor fatigue is a very real thing.
Absolutely.
So for maybe a year, they are highly supportive, and then there's a flood, and there's destitution of another kind. And so they're attracted to that. And so then now we must replace that person. So it's an ongoing thing. I do it all the time, trying to market. But donor fatigue is huge. It is an ongoing thing.
And from the conversations I've had with you earlier on, you don't want money. You're not asking for money.
You're
asking for help with regards to maybe electricity, maybe with plumbing, maybe with food, maybe with bread. Yes. That kind of stuff. Right?
We're looking for services. We do not. The only time I get funding in is I do a monthly birthday party or a bi-monthly birthday party. They've never had it. Some have never had a birthday party sung to them, and then over the festive period. That is the only time I actually get in funding. The rest works on pledges. We prefer not to receive funding of any sort. We would rather say thank you very much. If you are pledging, you, Mr. Blochs, are pledging 10,000 Rand a week for food, please pay that to Macro or somebody who can deliver. So we can order from them to the value of the amount that you pay into these suppliers, hopefully who can deliver, because there's also a fuel issue. People can't go places because the fuel is also an issue because of the funding. So if we have online people that will pledge a certain amount to an online facility that supplies groceries, that's the kind of thing we're looking for.
Who funds the home as it is now? Because I think that's a social welfare department story, right?
Department of Social Development, Department of Health are the current sole ongoing committed funders. The rest is
and every month you run way above budget.
Way above budget. Way above budget.
Do those patients that are there, do they pay to be there or?
SASSA grant.
Yeah.
They get a portion of that as their pocket money, and that's to top up on toiletries and things. The balance goes to the facility for running costs.
How many females are there?
27, and there are 40 gentlemen currently, as we speak now.
So do you have, I'm sure you're having problems with sanitary pads or toiletries for females?
Yeah, absolutely. Decent stuff, definitely. The basic sanitary towels is what is recommended. But my gift bags always have been to include deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste. That's a present. When we get fruit, that's a present. It's not just nourishment, it's a gift. That's how they see it.
If I have to ask you, what would you put in a gift bag? What would you tell me? If I've found someone to give you a gift bag that can be delivered maybe sometime next week, what would you want to put in the gift bag?
Needs.
What would we need in that gift bag?
All toiletries for ladies and men. Men, obviously. Things like a razor blade. For guys, there are a few that shave, but that's not the most important thing. But bath soap.
Okay, let's say bath soap.
Bath soap. Some of them are washing their own clothes, so hand washing powder.
Hand washing powder.
Lotion. A toothbrush.
When you say lotion, you're talking about body lotion.
Body lotion.
Yeah.
Body lotion. Most of them have become hyperallergenic, so the simplest non-perfumed thing you can find.
Give us an idea of what it is. I won't know. Nivea or Vaseline. Vaseline one is the good, right? Okay. Vaseline.
Shampoo. A comb.
Shampoo.
Yeah.
Things that we take for granted in our lives.
Shampoo, a comb, socks. And for the gentlemen, decent belts. I fix stuff there too. There's only so many times you can fix a belt. There's only so many times you can re-glue a shoe. It's a donated shoe. I get a lot of donations. A donated shoe life is about not even a month. So shoe glue. Let's rather say some shoe glue in addition to strong stuff that we can use to repair things with.
And what would you like to see? For instance, if we find someone that wants to give you food parcels, what do you want to see in a food parcel?
Eggs, milk, proper milk, sugar, tea, sandwich bread, peanut butter, jam.
Peanut butter is good, right?
Yeah, peanut butter is very healthy. Fruit on a weekly basis. Things
vegetables.
Like, I have to tell you though, soft fruit, because most of them have severe dental issues. Some of them have no teeth.
Because of neglect.
Yeah. So, and medication. So you need bananas, oranges, nachis, plums, things like that. Soft apples, they look at it.
But they can't bite it, right?
They can't eat it. Unless I stew it. I can't cook there every day. I obviously need to look after my own interests to be able to afford the time there.
Okay, we come from praise the Lord, from a very powerful, generous community. That's actually very helpful. And not when I say we, I'm talking about the community, does a tremendous amount of charitable work everywhere. I just feel that you may have either been not ignored, I'll take that back. We may not have known about you, or we didn't know the extent to which you require help.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the first of a number of programs that we may have. And I'll speak to Dr. Jeewa now that we can take this over as a pet project.
Would be good.
Let's going to try and do a drive with regard to the basic soap stuff and a drive with regard to the basic food stuff, and see if we can put stuff together, and then we can maybe call you back later on to have a conversation and maybe get something done for you. But we need to get it off the ground, because they are people that belong to us, and it's our responsibility, Islamically as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what religion or faith they are, we are supposed to be looking after them. And we give so much of charity, we give so much of charity to every different organization. I think we should look at yours as well.
Can I just say something? Donations control is key. If I organize it, if I'm aware of it, it is photographed, I meet with you on site, I document, I help you offload, I document, I make sure it goes into the kitchen. I communicate with I'm in a various number of chat groups with the facility, various rungs in management, and I say, this is coming. Please, can you do this on this day? Please, can you ensure these eggs are used before the end of the week? We've received eggs. I broadcast it so that everybody in the organization knows what has come in, and that head office knows what has come in. So donations control is important. So please, if we can just coordinate that. And also it would be nice if it's people delivering themselves, I can collect. It's all documented, it's all photographed. But if it's online shopping or they want to come and deliver themselves, please contact me so that I'm there, show you how bad it is. Not many people believe that it is in such need.
Now, all those that are staying there, from what I gather, they either have intellectual disabilities
and physical.
So they need a lot of attention and care.
Yeah.
How do you manage because of staff? I'm sure you must be having a huge staff shortage. And these people, all of them need some form of assistant.
They absolutely do. There is a nurse who is there a few times a week. The carers, the cleaners see. I speak a lot when I notice something. But I'm not mandated to do that. I'm not employed. I'm thoroughly volunteer.
But taking care of them, with their basic needs as they get up, dress, change, bath.
It's up to the staff.
It's helping and assisting every single individual. It's quite a lot.
Most individuals.
And you're helping them with every aspect of their life for that day, which we consider and take as normal.
Can I just add to our wish list or our requirement list?
Your wish list. Let's call it a wish list. It's good.
At Hostel Sherwood specifically, we have one bedridden resident who is very difficult to transport to the clinic.
Apparently, she is quite large, right?
She's quite large. She has a cyst. This person requires, and I literally went door to door. I think people thought I was mad in this community, asking for a doctor to donate their time to come and assess her on a weekly basis. She has a couple of issues. I'm not at liberty. I do not have permission from the family to discuss it more than I have.
Fine. I understand it.
So someone who will donate their time and, if necessary, specific meds. The clinics are out of plasters that she needs. The clinics are sometimes out of medication. So this particular reason requires a complete voluntary donated qualified doctor's visit to assess her specifically. But obviously that would have to be all authorized by
department,
by the organization, Durban and Coastal Mental Health. The family would definitely authorize it. But the one concern was when I went on this appeal that they didn't want to overstep boundaries. Although the process is quite small, it's difficult to get her to the clinic. There are times she needs attention more than the scheduled clinic visits.
Mm-hmm. But what about inpatient hospitalization? Cannot assist her?
I'm not qualified to answer that. All I can say is that maybe if somebody was there, somebody who is not in a clinic environment, perhaps a more elevated professional medical environment, that would assist.
As we talk to you now, what does the future look for the Durban Coastal Mental and Special Needs Home?
I'm optimistic.
Good.
I'm optimistic because I've been there. It has been uncomfortable for me a couple of times because I see too much. And I vocalize, and not always is that welcome. I'm going to leave that comment right there. But I'm optimistic, and I think we're going to be a little bit more innovative with our fundraising. And your call to me to be able to share this publicly, I think is extremely fortuitous, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Well, it's a pleasure. You're not doing us a favor; we're doing you a favor.
Yes,
because we've now. I didn't. Oh, sorry. No, I'm going to take that back. I'm take that. That's wrong. The way it actually came out. It's a pleasure for us to be able to be assisting you. So
Yes.
we must be thanking you. You shouldn't be thanking us for this.
Thank you.
Because as a job on what Doc and I and Zach does all the time is that we look in the community to help, because that's what we're here for. And we are privileged. I'd like to say Doc and I are privileged. We don't realize how people suffer in this world, whether it's from intellectual disabilities, or being a paraplegic, or being a quadriplegic, or being on a wheelchair, or being on a walking stick. But there's people that are suffering in this day and age, and it's our duty as Muslims to go and look out for them, search for them, and help them. So you are the angel in disguise that was sent to me. And I tell you, let me maybe tell you how this came about. I have come from gym this morning, and I'm sitting, and we plan programs together, and we busting our head. And I went through my phone again, and I'm saying, but this message came to me in October last year, and I just ignored it. I wasn't aware of the extent to what it was. So I first did research. I must be honest with you, before I called you.
Good.
To make sure that what I'm doing is correct, because we have very powerful listenership, and people take what we say as factual. So
Yes.
I'm prepared to say it's factual that home requires a tremendous amount of help. And I'm glad you're saying it's not as far as finance is concerned. We would try and find you the electrician, the plumber, and the doctor, and whatever we need. I'm going to try and put together your gift pack, and I'm trying to put together your food parcels. I can't give you a time, but Doc and I will sit down and put our heads together and make a plan to have it done by going out to people and asking them to be of help. It's in our community. It's down the road. It's our responsibility to help.
Thank you very much.
Just to place on record, this guy here is a bit of a bully.
Is he a bully?
Yeah, because he spoke on my behalf. And now he's forcing me to get involved, you see.
Well,
But he doesn't know I'm also in need.
What he doesn't tell you is that what he didn't tell you that he's got no choice in the matter.
Yeah, I don't have no choice. We work as one. But when he said that he did some research, this is a beautiful part about technology. And I decided to ask ChatGPT, what are the challenges that your organization faces? And you can comment and tell me if they hit the nail on the head. So they say it's a non-profit mental health organization based in Sherwood. And as MV mentioned in his introduction, is right there. We pass it every day, and we do not realize how many people are suffering within those walls. And obviously, it helps people with disabilities, but it also faces significant challenges that affect his ability to deliver quality care and also to sustain operation. So the first point they came out, which you mentioned, is about chronic funding shortfalls. It says that you'll depend on government subsidies, right, which are insufficient to cover the full cost of running multiple care centers and community programs. Then there's also delays in funding disbursements and dwindling donor support, as you mentioned, that have created cash flow problems, making it hard to pay staff, maintain service, or even buy essential supplies, which you mentioned. Then they brought out, and I think maybe you can comment a little bit, about governance and management problems. So the organization, we know, suffered from mismanagement, financial irregularities, and weak oversight, leading to the state it is today. So issues such as appointment of unqualified staff, unquestionable service providers like you see with service deliveries, lack of transparent procurement, and board instability where there have been resignations and undetermined confidence among stakeholders. So there's a huge problem when it comes to government and management also at the same time.
Also, if you know, because of the funding, that your salary is not guaranteed on a certain date,
Mm.
and the amount is not
Mm.
guaranteed.
Absolutely.
You're not going to have the most enthusiastic input from those particular employees.
Correct.
It's a snowball. Everything is a snowball effect. This is not yesterday's issue. This is not a particular board's issue. This problem started at snowballed. You can go back perhaps a decade and a half, if not more, and start seeing the pattern. And that's where we are now. And it's almost like you're treading water.
Mm.
Municipality, I know that these huge issues, they keep on threatening to shut off the water and the electricity at the various departments. There's always a red flag there when these should actually be protected facilities. You know, they don't get any special grading. That is a big issue. That is a huge issue if there's anybody that's able to intervene with the municipality without us having to pay huge portions to have the debt written off, because that amount is simply not available. I'm not authorized to speak on behalf of the finance department. I'm telling you about what I know.
Mm.
I also want to be able to continue operating there without breaching any confidences publicly.
But, you know,
So ChatGPT is correct.
So I must place on record that, to be honest with you, all those staff that work there, right from the top to the bottom, I mean, that's one of the most difficult job I think they ever have.
I agree with you totally. I mean, caregiving is very, very difficult.
It is extremely
Very
difficult. It's draining. It's emotionally draining. If you're in there with your heart, it definitely is draining. Sometimes I take a day or two off.
What worries you most when you come to a stage where your resources are so badly stretched?
Then I walk in, which I did a little while ago. I walked into a mosque myself, not suitably dressed, and I just talked and talked and talked until I walked away with a new gas bottle. That was a few months ago. That's what happens.
Which mosque you walked into?
I will tell you off air.
Okay. Is it near you or far
They
from
were
where you
very
are?
sympathetic, is all I
All
have to
mosques
say.
will be very sympathetic towards
Yes.
you. All of them would.
Yes.
All of
So
them.
I will do what I need to do. I will contact who I need to contact. We are apolitical. We're not affiliated with anything. We work from the heart. And
Now, you've got no parents, right? You've lost both your parents?
both parents have passed away.
And you've only got one sibling?
I've got two siblings, but he is my brother. There is my focus.
Okay. And you've been looking after him for now 40 years?
I have been intimately involved for the better part of a decade.
And you have your own business? You're self-employed?
I'm self-employed. I work online, virtual assistant, which affords me the time to do this. So if I'm...
But this has to be draining.
It is draining. My fuel I pay for myself. Sometimes I take off a few days because things don't always work correctly.
And you totally fund yourself?
Totally, 100%. Time, effort. I used to fund a lot of the repairs personally, the birthday parties, but I don't do that anymore.
I believe that due to the challenges the staff face, like staff shortages and the morale and funding constraints, have made it very difficult to retain adequately remunerate the staff, which resulted in strikes, protests, walkouts. Some incidents saw staff being locked out of facilities or refusing to work because of the basic conditions and resources were lacking.
I've been through all of that with them and seen it.
How did government respond? Did nothing?
Well, as far as we're concerned, as from our appointment, the parents' opinion, the Parents and Guardians Association, we would like the attention in the media to be a lot more accurate and consistent in assisting, talking to government, raising awareness. Because what is affecting us is affecting every such institution or facility in the country. So there's a lot of sadness out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sadness out there. So now you're not attracting the right staff either. Perhaps you could have had a more qualified person, but when they are advised that the salaries might not be consistent, it makes things rather difficult.
Okay, we kept you long enough. I just got maybe one question, and then maybe Doc may have the last one with you. What would you want the public to understand about families in your position?
That whatever happens at that facility affects the entire and captures the entire family. everybody. The entire family is held towards or connected to what's happening to their brother. Those families that can and those families that are involved. When I get a donation of goods to the value of 300 Rand from one or two particular family members, it is akin to somebody giving 300,000. That person cannot afford it, but they understand. So it is taxing. It is taxing. It's, if you want to do it right, you need to put in the time. But whatever happens to your resident affects that person's entire family and extended family. And so even prayer, prayer works. Prayer absolutely works. So even if you are...
It's the most powerful weapon.
It's today. The prayer that brings the goods. And it's the prayer that keeps the volunteers safe and motivated and able to do what they're doing. So even if somebody may not be in a position or able to, or is so stretched with other charities, if you simply can pray for the magnificent improvement, and that prayer comes from the heart, that's what leads to interviews like this.
Absolutely. What drives you?
That's what leads to the residents getting proper meat, decent nourishment.
I suppose they don't see they can't be having too much of meat and chicken, right?
Twice a week. If
they get it twice a week.
Twice a week.
If they're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah.
What drives you? What makes you get up every morning and do this work? Yeah.
It's become my normal. And the way I was built, I will help you before I think, is this going to hurt me? I will step in to assist automatically. That unfortunately is something.
So can I ask you whether you have a family of your own?
I do. I have one son. He lives abroad. He has just become a father for the first time.
Good. So you've become a granny. That's a nicer way to put it.
I'm a granny, yes. I'm a granny. I do entertain. I do also do some public speaking. But the bread and butter works on the virtual assistant, which is something that became very popular during COVID. So it's minimal traveling costs, minimal overheads, and everything is done in the safety and the security of your own specific environment. And that anything to do with virtual assistant.
Fantastic. Doc?
Yeah. I hope they don't change you into AI, eh?
No.
It's very close to what you do.
No, sometimes it makes you feel a little bit blunt. Hey?
You know what's very hard so, and you mentioned about the distressing reports of the residents speaking about poor nutrition, unhygienic conditions, or inadequate care where service providers withdrew, obviously, non-payment or mismanagement. So obviously this affected, the residents and the patients, their physical health and their dignity and the quality of life for individuals who can rely on this organization support. And in short, we know that the DCMH, which has a very long-standing history, I think Mohammed mentioned from 1940, an essential role, but struggling today with financial instability, government's weaknesses, operational shortcomings, and also we see strained staff capacity, all of which hinder its mission to provide stable, dignified care for vulnerable people in Durban and across KZN. So I'm making a humble appeal to all those listening to us. Let's be honest. A lot of us, we have this tendency to waste. A lot of us have this tendency to overindulge.
True.
Which is not necessary. You don't have to go and eat and eat and eat, until you can't eat anymore and want to have the best of everything. And then there's so much of wastage taking place. Even in functions, you see that the amount of people that they feed, what's left over. I'm not saying take all that food or whatever leftover food you have and give it to the people, because that's not the right thing to do. Because the right way to treat them is to give them exactly what you have, everything fresh, and everything healthy. That's very important. So make a small sacrifice and sacrifice a little bit of what you overindulge and what you tend to have a tendency to waste on. if they can actually assist, would be a very good thing to do. And I think inshallah will follow on this.
Absolutely.
Bianca, I always wanted to, and I've never understood this. Why is it that mental health facilities always are the first to struggle financially? Is it a stigma of society or?
Correct.
It's quite possible, but it also depends on how it's funded. If it's a private institution, there are many facilities that look after people that we house, that I'm involved with, that are out there, at fees of between 15, 25, 30,000 Rand a month. There are not many people that can afford that.
But that's private facilities, right?
That's private facilities. They might get some assistance from SASSA on an individual basis, but those are all private facilities.
No, they cost an arm and a leg. And a lot of them are medical aid. They tend to use medical aid for those facilities.
The other thing you obviously are aware of, when family members pass away, there's an estate procedure. And so whilst maybe some of those funds would be able to change the address of that particular person, whilst that estate is being wound up, nothing can change. So the family has to fund whatever is the shortfall, the living remaining family members. So it's quite, for those that are available. And then, of course, you've got the orphaned who have no family.
Absolutely, yeah.
But in fact, you can't really depend on government, because no matter how severe the case is, they do not get a wake-up call. I think a couple of years ago, 120 patients in
Life Esidimeni
died.
Yeah. That was the big story. Right?
And they had inquiries after inquiries after inquiries until it disappeared. That's how this government runs this country. They only believe in inquiries and commissions and inquiries and commission, and nothing gets done.
It's up to those with heart.
Correct.
And those whom can in the community to assist for as long as they can. And we are aware that we have to keep our eyes open and keep prospecting for new and additional donors, so that when donor fatigue sets in, people like yourselves can rebroadcast our requirements.
And you're only asking for basic needs, not
Yeah.
anything extravagant. You're asking for basic needs, the most basic needs that a human being can sustain themselves.
Yes.
And unfortunately, because of these people's disabilities, we in today's world do not treat these people as human beings, but they seem to be treated as animal. Might be a very crude way of saying it, but we have to call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Let me leave you with this very, very powerful saying. In our faith, and I'm sure in most of the faiths, our faith teaches us that the worth of society is measured by how it treats those who give nothing back. The disabled, the sick, the abandoned, they are not a burden. They are an amana, translated, a trust to us.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for making the time to come to us at short notice. Myself and Dr. Jeewa and our listeners tonight will put as much as we can together. We're going to make you the contact. I don't know whether you want to give me your cell phone number over air so people can talk to you directly and they don't have to come via us. If you can give it to me, please.
My name is Bianca. My mobile, WhatsApp, and SMS and whatever, 064 642 5547. I would prefer messages. I'm hoping my phone will be ringing off the hook.
So you rather want them to send you messages?
A message so
if
that
you want your phone to ring, you're not going to sleep.
I would rather give them the time that they deserve and phone them when I can, or message them as I can. I'm hoping my phone to go wild.
064 642 5547.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Wonderful having you on the program. Thanks for talking to us and educating us on what goes on in this community while we lead our lives like nothing's happens.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you just joined us, Assalamu alaikum. You're in the company of Brother Muhammad Variawa and Dr. Anwar Jeewa. With our expert tech here is Zakaria. We had a very wonderful guest, Bianca, which spoke to us about the Durban and coastal mental health, as well as the Sherwood Center that's here. We'll talk to you more about that further. Let's just leave you with a nasheed so you can get comfortable.
Celebrate with flavor. Come visit the all-new Checkers Saxony Westwood. From cured meats, rich and savory, to spicy tandoori chicken, try our authentic Indian curries, perfectly seasoned and ready to serve. Everything is made fresh daily with care and quality you can taste. Our halal-certified deli brings you freshness, flavor and variety worth coming back for. Whether you're setting the table for family or sharing something special on the go, discover the Checkers Saxony Westwood Deli, where good food is always on the menu. Checkers Saxony Westwood, butchery, bakery and deli, certified by the NIHT. Doors open on October 30th. See you there. Step into a world of flavor where ordinary becomes extraordinary. At Halton's, every shelf is a little bit magical, from warm, freshly baked treats to imported confectionery that tastes like it traveled across galaxies just to meet you. Discover our daily food menu, home industry gems, and your favorite household brands, all with a global touch. Find us at 358 Brickfield Road, open till 9 p.m. daily, or call 031-207-6108. Halton's, where every bite feels enchanted.
Durban Halal Meats, the butcher with a twist. Whether you're firing up the braai or stocking up for your business, we've got you covered. From premium lamb, beef and chicken to custom cuts and bulk orders, all 100% halal, certified by Sanha. Enjoy our convenient buy and braai service, fast delivery and easy online ordering at durbanhalalmeats.co.za. Visit us at 84 Felix Dlamini Road. Durban Halal Meats. Quality, affordability, trust. Meat made better.
Hungry for a deal that hits the spot? Get the top duo deal. 2 large margarita pizzas plus 1 topping each for $1.99. Or go big or go home with the Bellissima duo deal. 2 large Bellissima pizzas for $2.69. Pure flavor perfection. And that's not all. The snack box combos are here. Your pizza boy's favorite pack to the ultimate munch box. Don't forget our daily lunch specials. Delicious, quick and wallet friendly. Only at Pizza Boys. Taste that hits different. Pizza Boys. Bring your va-va boom to your slice of life. Find your nearest Pizza Boys near you. Pizza Boys, we don't cut corners.
Plan your dream holiday with the specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888 77 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
There's nothing quite like the taste of a traditional family meal, and at the heart of every great dish is a key ingredient that brings it all together. That ingredient is Sunfoil pure sunflower cooking oil, made from only the finest sunflower seeds. It's a perfect way to enhance the taste of your family's favorite foods. Sunfoil cooking oil is more than just oil. It's the key to bring your family together over a delicious meal and making every bite taste better. Remember, the key ingredient to a great family meal is sunfoil. Tradition just tastes better.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Sponsor Kaiser, the technician. You are now listening to the biggest reality show, Niteline, exclusively on Radio Al-Ansar.
From you is peace. You are the only Rabbi, you are the mercy, you are Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, you are eternal, you are loving, you are Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. You alone be worshipped, Rabbi. From you is peace, Rabbi. You are Al-Aziz Al-Hakim. You are most gracious, Rabbi. You are the greatest, Rabbi. You are Al-Aziz Al-Hakim. Rabbi Shalom, Rabbi Khayr Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر ولك الملك. اللهم أنت رحيم وأنت الرحمن وأنت الرزاق. You alone be worshipped, from you is peace. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر ولك الملك. اللهم أنت رحيم وأنت الرحمن وأنت الرزاق. نحن بمنتك ونحن برحمتك. You are the sustainer, you are the creator, you are Al-Ghafur Al-Halim. You are the evil one, you are the destroyer, you are Al-Ghafur Al-Halim. حسبي ربي جل الله في قلبي غير الله محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر ولك الملك. اللهم أنت الحميد وأنت الشكور وأنت الملك. You are the only, you are the mercy. اللهم لك الحمد ولك الشكر ولك الملك. اللهم أنت الحميد وأنت الشكور وأنت الملك. نحن بمنتك ونحن برحمتك. You are the master, you are the provider, you are الشفيع المبين.
Decline while Gulf nations surge ahead culturally, financially, and socially. Listen carefully.
I travel so much that I see it. There's not a single Western city that's thriving. And they're all degrading in exactly the same way.
Is a lot of it just a moral decay, or is it actually true from everything?
It's a lot of things, but it's self-hatred. Every city.
Crazy.
Every European city, every American city. It's just what people lose their will to live, their will to pass on their culture, their values, their religion to their children, their will to have children. It's all gone. I mean, it's not gone with everybody, but I mean, in the cities, you really see it. It's like the people who built this are long gone and their descendants have fled and they don't care enough to keep it going. There's just a lack of self-respect that is disgusting to me. And I have contempt for it. It doesn't bother me to be hated. What really bothers me is when people hate themselves. If you hate, if you hate yourself, how are you going to treat me?
That's correct.
Oh man, I don't like it. So I notice it because I travel outside the Western world, the white world. I'll just be honest, the white world. I travel a lot in the Middle East. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not Muslim, obviously. In fact, I'm like Christian, flat out Christian. And my ancestors are from Europe. And so I have nothing in common on that level with the Gulf, but you go to the Gulf and it's incredible to be in a place that has pride in itself, that believes in its religion and culture, that thinks we're onto something. And this is great. Look at what we're doing. We're really proud of this. Those people are happy. They're welcoming of others. They're tolerant of diversity. Tolerant of diversity. There's none of that here. Are you kidding? All the whites, we love black people. Then they run and move to Bozeman because there are no black people.
Absolutely. Send their kid to the...
They hate diversity.
They hate it.
And our version of it isn't working at all. At all. So, but you go to a country like Japan or the Emirates or Qatar or Saudi Arabia, and you see that when people are self-confident, when they're really
pleased with what they're doing and they believe that their system is the right system, that self-confidence results in a kind of welcoming attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be sitting at dinner in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and you'll say, I'm really kind of pro-Jesus. Like, I'm a Christian. They'll be like, oh, that's so great.
And they don't have the same.
Well, they mean it.
And they don't have the same belief.
No, they're Muslims.
They're Muslims.
It's a country governed by Sharia law.
Right.
And they're like, that's great.
Good for you. Yeah.
It's great.
He's right. And anyone who's spent real time outside the Western world, especially outside the US, recognizes this immediately. In America, diversity is something we constantly talk about and manage. It's almost procedural. But when you travel through the Middle East or large parts of Asia, diversity doesn't feel forced or performative. It's organic. Different cultures, religions, and backgrounds coexist as a normal part of everyday life, not as a political project. Pay attention to what he says next, because he's not talking about oil, money, or skyscrapers. He's talking about something much deeper that most Western societies have completely lost.
And you notice, like in ISIS or Al Qaeda or like the Muslim extremists, they're all from like collapsed, pathetic societies dominated by colonial powers. They've been degraded, and that's why they're so angry. Right? So there's something about being degraded that turns you into a violent nutcase extremist. You're seeing a lot of violent nutcase extremists in our country. Not surprising, because the country's being degraded.
Correct.
So in a country with self-confidence, people are tolerant and open-minded and happy. And in a country where people are told to hate themselves, they start to hate others. Duh. This is all like very obvious, but I only know that because I've traveled a lot. And I am naturally open-minded. Like, just because you don't do it my way doesn't mean it's bad. Like, I really feel that way, where they're into things that I'm not into, like, I don't know, polygamy or Islam. And I can sort of look at it and be like, no one's forcing this on me. I'm not mad at you for being a polygamist. I think it's really hard, but whatever, leaving that aside. But I can go to a place like that and I don't feel like I need to judge everybody on their local customs. I just don't feel that need. But in the process of doing that, like, you get perspective on your own society. And the core problem is a loss of faith in our people, in our values, in our religion. Just don't believe anything.
This is the real collapse. The West rejected God, and in doing so, dismantled the moral foundation that held it together. Christianity became a performance. Institutions became businesses, and faith was replaced by profit and optics. That's what unchecked capitalism does when it consumes everything, even belief itself.
I don't care what you tell me. Like, I'm noticing that New York City has people shitting on the sidewalk or having sex in ATM vestibules, and people are dying of drug ODs on the street and their carjackings. You're telling me it's thriving. I was just there. It's not. Like, I don't care what stats you throw. Well, according to the American Academy of Bullshit, it's actually the best it's ever been. Really? I was there last week. It's not. All I'm saying is, let's treat the people who run the banks, the people who are getting rich from usury, like the criminals they are, and make them suffer, because that's totally fair. If you exploit and destroy people, you're not a good person. And we should just say that. And I think we should start by getting collective action. Everybody who's deep in credit card debt, I don't care what your race, would be actually a way to unify the country. We're just going to have this month, we're all getting together and we're not going to pay our credit card bill.
That would be amazing.
Bitch? What are you going to do about it? But your average person can't do that. So why don't we all get together and do that? You know what would happen if we did that? I'd be assassinated immediately just for saying that.
What makes this moment especially striking is that Tucker, a figure traditionally aligned with free market capitalism, turns around and attacks interest, debt, and usury, calling them predatory. He points out that the grandest buildings in Western cities aren't cathedrals or civic spaces anymore. They're banks, temples to debt. When a society prioritizes money manipulation over beauty, family, and meaning, it becomes ugly, psychologically and physically. His critique right here lands because it's hard to deny. The West is facing a crisis of meaning. We've maximized individual freedom, yet depression, addiction, and loneliness are exploding. We've separated economics from morality, and debt is hollowing out the working class exactly as he describes. When Tucker praises Sharia-influenced systems, he's really praising structure. Human beings crave structure. We need a shared moral framework. The West dismantled its North Star, Christianity, tradition, restraint, and replaced it with radical individualism and consumption. The result isn't liberation, it's chaos. The question is whether freedom, as we practice it now, is worth the cost, or whether Tucker is right that peace and dignity only survive where tradition still sets the boundaries. I want to hear your take. Drop a comment below.
So that was Tucker Carlson. I don't know if you remember.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson was
another buddy. Yeah.
and he was pro-Israeli, and he was saying there was no genocide, and it was very well known in the media. And then he took a complete turnaround. So here he basically delivered a very provocative critique of the failing West, where he was comparing cultural decay, death, loss of meaning with the confidence and structure. And he compared it and what he observed in the Gulf nations. And I think that's what really shook him, because he saw the lifestyle. And there in the Gulf nations, they were welcoming and treating people who are not of the same religion equally and treating them well. So here he speaks about the Western decline, the cultural self-doubt, the paradox of tolerance in modern liberal society. And he has a wealth of experience traveling outside the United States. And he contrasts social disorder, debt-ridden economies, loss of faith in the West with stability, structure, and cultural confidence found in the parts of the Middle East. So it's the faith that he realized that has brought in some stability in a particular country, which the West is lacking in.
If you just joined us, it's 29 minutes past the hour of 10. Dr. Myself is broadcasting you from the studios at Overport. We're not at the souk that's happening there. I'm sure it'll happen today and tomorrow. If you still haven't been, you can go and visit them tomorrow. We had a fantastic guest in the first segment. We are talking about the Durban and Coastal mental health and the struggles that they're going through. We're being understaffed, under-resourced, no funding. They're battling for food. And I thought we'd take it upon ourselves as a pet project. So if you listen to the interview that we had with Bianca, we're looking for bath soap, maybe body shampoos and lotions and basic stuff that you and I use all the time, toothpaste and Colgate, whatever we can put together, and food parcels that might have eggs, milk, sugar, tea, peanut butter, such. So we're trying to put this together, and we may make a plan to take it to the mental home. But if you want to do your donations to her directly and maybe chat to her, there's no money involved. She doesn't want no money. It's once we're looking for electricians and plumbers and doctors and social workers to be able to go through and help. Her name is Bianca, and the telephone number is 064 642 5547. If there's any help you can, but I think this is a wonderful time for us to be able to give us generously. It's 064 642 5547. 064 642 5547. And it's the Durban and Coastal Mental Health Base right here at your doorstep in Sherwood. Whatever we can do and how we can help, let's try and put some of our energies together and see whether we can help. There's 66 patients there. They are partly mentally and physically disabled, so they are depending on us for help. That was the first segment. The second segment, if you just got up this morning, like I did, at 4:15, and you put on Al Jazeera, you'll notice that the United States of America has put boots on the ground in Venezuela, and they have captured Mr. Nicolas Maduro, and we know all for what.
He knows my heart.
Oh, yes.
He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman, again and again. This dunya breaks me. Allah hears me. I cry alone, but He comes near me. The world is loud, but His peace is clear. So I whisper, Ya Allah, stay near. Someday I smile, most days I fake it. So much pressure, I can barely take it. They say have faith, but they don't know I'm fighting battles I never show. Bills just to pay tears at night, praying Fajr just to feel right, scrolling through life, feeling behind, searching for peace I still can't find. This dunya breaks me, Allah heals me, I fall again, He still sees me, He knows my heart, He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman again and again. This dunya breaks me, Allah hears me, Allah hears me. I cry alone, but He comes near me. The world is loud, but His peace is clear. So I whisper, Ya Allah, stay here. I lost my way, but never His light. Even in sin, He held me tight. Regret so heavy, shame so real. But His mercy taught me how to heal. He didn't wait for me to be perfect. He waited for me to come back broken. When I did, I found Him there, washing my soul with every prayer. This dunya breaks me, Allah heals me. I fall again, He still sees me. He knows my heart, He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman again and again. This dunya breaks me, Allah hears me, Allah hears me. I cry alone, but He comes near me. The world is loud, but His peace is clear. So I whisper, Ya Allah, stay near. Ya Allah, when I'm tired, carry me. Ya Allah, when I'm lost, guide me. Ya Allah, this dunya is hard, but Jannah is worth every scar. Ya Allah, don't let me go.
MashaAllah. Beautiful.
Jannat is worth every scar. Were you making
Was it
reference to
worth
that nasheed when you were driving?
Mm-hmm.
You must send it to
True.
me. I don't have it on my phone.
I feel everyone should have it. You know, I was so exhausted and tired.
Yeah.
Prepared for the show.
Yeah.
And a little bit down. And I decided to play this nasheed.
And what it did to you?
Oh, it lifted me up.
Alhamdulillah.
It's so beautiful. It's so soothing. Especially we know lots of people are suffering and battling in this world.
Salam
Played
to our
nasheed.
presenters and sahabs and all the Radio Al Ansar presented. This is from Frank A. I cannot even digest the news of the US military's abduction of President Nicolas Maduro and the First Lady of Venezuela from his compound right inside Caracas. Remember, this is not a first occurrence. Yeah, he's tried this before. 100% right. Faiz, my brother. Salams, my brothers. Venezuela has been attacked by America. The democratically elected leaders, Nicolas Maduro and his wife, have been kidnapped, taken to America to stand trial. I wonder, is this legal? Why no UN? Why no ICC? This is a worrisome event that can happen to any country in the world. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, more than an Arab country. I think it's 306,000 liters or something other. Trump, by own admission, says America will control Venezuela oil and control Venezuela, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's sending his Marcus Rubio there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secretary of State and the Secretary of the Army. This is international theft, a new prevent in the making. This is really absurd. Trump has gone to another level of contempt for international law.
They kidnapped a president and his wife of a country. They kidnapped him. You know what I mean?
4 o'clock
they
in the
sent
morning.
armed forces.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Lifted him up.
Took him
and his family.
And is gone.
And put them in prison.
He apparently tried to get into his safe hole or safe thing, but he couldn't close the door because they zapped him before he could close the door. 0609041056. We want to know that you're still awake. It's 20 minutes, 20 to 11. Thank you for all the Facebook listeners. I can see the numbers on my screen. And thank you to every one of us listening to you outside South Africa on www.alansar.org.za. Good to be with you in the studio. We sacrifice the souk so we can have a conversation with you. 060-904-1056.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, I'm sure you must have heard of this incident of an individual that tried and attempted suicide in the Haram.
Actually, never.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, there were so many videos.
Okay, Zach also never heard about. So both of us never heard about.
So the president of religious affairs at the Grand Mosque and the Prophet's Mosque, Sheikh Abdul Rahman bin Abdul Aziz Al Sudais.
Oh,
I think I must give you a long name like this. Okay. Okay. Commented on an incident in which a pilgrim threw himself from the first floor, calling upon visitors to the holy mosque to adhere to regulations and instructions, to revere the sanctity of the place, to observe proper Islamic manners therein, and to devote themselves to worship and obedience. He warned against what some individuals, though very few attempts, by throwing themselves from the upper levels of the Haram, stressing that this constitutes a form of suicide, which is strictly forbidden in Islamic law. And he cited the words of Almighty Allah, do not kill yourself, and also the saying of the Prophet ﷺ, whoever kills himself will be in the fire of hell. May Allah protect us. He further explained that among the objectives of the Islamic law is the preservation of life and not exposing it to destruction. He praised the efforts of the brave security personnel. Mohammed, you could see in the video.
Was there a video? So what did he try and do? Trying to describe that to me?
He was basically on the first floor, the second floor of the Haram.
Yeah.
And he wanted
That's on the outside, on the out.
In the courtyard where the mataf is.
Yeah, the various levels.
Correct, the various
floors,
levels.
Yeah.
And he jumped with the intention of killing himself.
What was he thinking?
Of killing himself. Thinking that he'll go straight to Jannat. Being in Haram. That's the way he might be thinking. Or he must be suffering with some form of depression.
Maybe he's depressed too.
Here, a security guard saw
him falling.
Jumping.
Did he jump?
Yes, he jumped. And he fell. And as he went, the security guard sprung and broke his fall.
Saved him.
Yeah. He said, he praised the efforts of the brave security personnel and the vigilance and care they continuously exert in safeguarding the sanctuary or the security of the two holy mosques and ensuring the safety of all visitors and preventing any danger.
So he's a security guard, the hero now.
Yes, he was in
from zero to hero.
Yeah. And
they should lock this dude up, by the way.
Well, obviously, man. I mean, to be very honest with you, and you know what, Mohammed? I think it was first floor or second floor. The worst that could have happened to him, he could have broke his leg or broke his back.
Yeah, because it's not that high, right?
Not that high.
Yeah.
Correct. He's not that high. You know what I mean?
On the first floor is where's Safa Marwa? On the first or on the ground?
They got Safa Marwa in all of levels.
Oh, they put it on
all the levels, right up to rooftop.
Yeah.
You got the mataf and you got it in the boundary. So around there. And he didn't go head first. I saw the video. So he came down with leg first. So obviously guaranteed he's going to break his legs or break his back. But then the security guard sprung in action and broke his fall. And obviously got hurt in the rush.
The security guard got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Well done to you. Well done to you.
Yeah.
Okay, Zubi Desai, Assalamu alaikum. I'm tuned in, listening in the car on our way home. Did you come back to the souk tonight?
Possible.
Possibly came back to the souk because that's the only way you can be on your way back home. When's the draw for the car?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. I'm sure she's on her way home from the souk.
I like the way.
Wonderful to have her to have come so far to have a chat with us.
I like the way where Shabir Basha, the director, announced on his show, as he was ending of how important it is for you to be there.
Yeah, because you only got 30 seconds, 30, 29,
but
28.
I think in all that confusion, initially he said 30 minutes. And I was wondering, you wait 30 minutes for the guy to come?
Yeah, first he said 30
minutes, right? And then after that, you see, we're sharp, we're listening. And thereafter he said 30 seconds and he started counting down 30 seconds, 29 seconds, 28 seconds.
It'll be full. Because let me tell you that the container to have that entries was full to the capacity. The car was nearly full with all the entries. So tomorrow they all have to be there.
You mean there were tickets in the car?
Yeah. You could put tickets in the car.
You put it in the car.
In the car.
So when you win the car, you drive away with the tickets.
Yeah. And they had a whole big container that was full, and people were filling it in. I mean, hey, guys want to win the car. So Zubi Desa is coming back to Manji. I'll be back tomorrow to fetch my car, inshallah.
Mashallah. We
make dua for you that you get the car so you can drive it back to Howick.
Mm-hmm. Because, I bought some tickets a couple of days ago to enter the fair, right?
Why you bought?
I bought tickets, right? Now I had the tickets in my hand and I'm thinking, now should I put it in that box or not? Then I realized, no, if I do win, they won't allow it because
we can't take part.
That's what I mean.
No, we can't. Wasn't worth it. I bought quite a few, but I couldn't put it in there because we can't win.
You bought tickets?
No, I bought stuff at the souk.
Oh, you bought stuff.
And when you take your wife to the souk, what happens, right?
Okay.
Transfer to your phone now. That's an order. It's working wonders. You see, you know what Faiz is talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That nasheed.
Yes.
I must have asked you about 15 times. Why are you so selfish?
No, you never asked me 15 times.
Zach,
I bet you.
Zach, how many times have I asked you for that?
The show is recorded, right?
Yeah.
And I promise you, we can go back, Zach. I'll pay you.
No, off
go
air.
back.
No, I asked you off air. Don't get clever with me.
No, you said it. You said it.
It works wonders for everybody.
But
I
like how MV last week, one of the listeners asked him, how do I get hold of this nasheed? He told him, go onto YouTube and Google.
So is that what you're telling me to do?
Yeah, you telling the listener to do that. You must take some of your advice, man.
It's an instruction. Transfer that thing. Not me, from Faiz.
I already...
Transfer to your phone now. That's an order. It's working wonders for me, alhamdulillah.
My brother.
Yes,
my brother.
Yes, my sister.
Before you came, before you came to the show,
yes,
see the one message I sent you.
Oh, okay, let me have a look.
If you see that message, it shows you the link to that particular nasheed, and I said you can never get tired of listening to this. You see? Okay. While you're finding it, I want to talk to you about another shocking incident.
Okay, before you do that, I see Sabir Jazba says that it's a clearest violation of international law.
100%.
They're not concerned about international law. They're law upon themselves. Man.
That's true.
Okay, give me another incident. So. Let me learn more from you.
Now, this is a shocking incident that took place in Durban, okay, during the holidays. And this is the type of country that we live in. The criminals robbed a shop in Smith Street.
Durban,
right? Mm. Before fleeing the scene using a Uber vehicle. Metro police quickly responded and chased the vehicle, eventually managing to stop and arrest the suspects. During the arrest, officers discovered that one of the suspects was in possession of a police-issued firearm.
Oh, wow. How? How did you get a police-issued firearm?
Now listen to this. When they questioned him about it, he confessed and he said, I am a serving South African police officer. And he further admitted that he was committing the robbery as a part-time criminal while still being active police officer.
My word. So he was a police officer.
A police officer. And his part-time job is breaking and stealing and robbing people.
Let me give you better
breaking
news.
The shops. Okay.
How much you think South Africans spend on alcohol a day before New Year?
Oh my God.
Just tell me. How much you think, anybody listening can tell me, how much you think South Africans spend a day on alcohol before New Year?
Billions. Possible billions. Sometimes
1 billion a day leading to New Year. God. Are we crazy, dude?
MV, the other day I listened to TuneIn Radio, so sometimes they play ads. And there was one ad that they played specifically speaking about the sales that they have for whiskey and for brandy and for wine and whatever, right? 300 rands and 250 rand for a bottle of this and 350 rand for... I'm thinking, what the hell? People are wasting money on alcohol. I mean, it's not cheap, those bottles. You drink it. And after you drink it, what you doing with it? Get drunk and get high? And then what you do? You go and piss it out.
Do you know there's alcohol that costs...
Yeah.
Do you know there's alcohol that costs over 15,000 rand a bottle?
Yeah, I know. 15,000.
This also crazy, man. 1 billion rand a day.
Yeah.
On alcohol. South Africans spend. We are a nation of alcoholics.
True. And in fact, in this, if you listen to the message on a South African national radio station that plays an ad by one of the ministers speaking specifically about how this country is becoming a nation of alcoholics.
Is it? Did he say
Yes,
that?
It says it. There's a recording. I must record it the next time. I listened to it on the radio many a times on SAFM. And they play the recording over and over again. And she's warning the people about us becoming a nation of alcoholics because of the amount of alcohol that's been abused in this country.
Wow. Okay.
So now we have a tendency to, a lot of us go for Umrah, right? And Umrah is something that people attend regularly. Do you know the scams that are taking place in Medina?
I wasn't asking you what you're talking about, scams in Medina.
Yeah.
Tell us, educate me.
Okay.
Most common scams in Medina. Everyone should beware of these people. Number 1, fake hotel booking scams. Some agents advertise 5-star hotels that turn out to be budget rooms far from the masjid, or in some cases, not booked at all. Always verify the hotel name, distance, room type, and booking confirmation yourself before paying anything. Number 2, taxi overcharging scams. To avoid being overcharged, only use licensed taxis or registered apps. Confirm the price before the ride, ask for the meter, and follow your route on maps so the driver cannot take you in circles to raise the fare. Number 3, sad story scams. A common scam involves drivers or strangers sharing dramatic stories of illness, family tragedy, or financial crisis to make you feel guilty and give them money. Stay kind, but remember, these are rehearsed stories aimed at pilgrims. Number 4, begging scams. You may meet people claiming they need money for medical care, food, lost luggage, or children in danger. These are not genuine cases. They are organized begging rings. Politely refuse and walk away. Number 5, short-changing scams. Some stores may return less change than you're owed. Always count your money before leaving the counter. If something is wrong, speak up. Shopkeepers face strict penalties for dishonesty, so they will correct it immediately. Number 6, broken camera scams. A scammer asks you to take their photo, hands you a camera, and when you give it back, they intentionally drop it and demand compensation. If someone insists you hold their camera, politely decline. Number 7, fake Zamzam water scams. Zamzam is heavily regulated, but counterfeit bottles still appear in markets. Buy only from official airport counters or trusted shops that sell sealed containers. If the price looks too cheap, it's not real Zamzam.
Now the Zamzam water scam.
Mm-hmm.
I believe at one stage in South Africa, every one of them was actually fake.
Correct.
It was very difficult to get Zamzam water into South Africa.
Now, why are you talking like an AI now?
Because she's saying Zamzam, so I'm saying
Zamzam.
I know it's Zamzam water, but I'm just saying Zamzam. Now,
but for many years,
these things happen in Medina.
Yeah.
Where they shortchange you.
Yeah. You see, people have become so desperate and dishonest, which
life.
we never heard
The day of Qiyamah is around the
dishonesty.
corner. Bro.
100%. I mean, these are shopkeepers now. They know that you're not going to count your money. So when you buy something, they give you short change. We know about the begging scam. We know about the
begging
sad
scam
story.
has been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Sad story has been there for a long time.
Well, apparently now Saudi Arabia said that if you're caught begging,
yeah, but that's good.
You get 15,000 dirham fine and also otherwise 6 months imprisonment for begging.
Well, that's good. That's good.
how they're putting the pressure on at the moment.
That's good. Okay, let's talk about Zoran Mamdani. That's now been sworn on Sweden last year. When? Well, not last week or something.
January 1st.
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
Frank Hayes tells that on his first day in office, New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani revoked Eric Adams' era orders banning True, BDS, synagogue protests, and the IHRA anti-Semitism definition. That's right. And that's upset Trump to extent that even when the guy he chose for his firefighter got Trump very upset. So we must support this guy. He's doing fantastic. He's on the road and he's up running already. Thank you, Frank Hussein. Salam's Dr. Mohammed, top show, talking about liquor and people got no money for food, can buy liquor. Absolutely correct. And let me tell you, these oaks that spend money on liquor in this week or Christmas time and before New Year's Day Come January, they are stone broke. They got no money for food. This country must control the consumption of liquor because I think it's outrageous.
I like the way you said stone broke, because they are stone when they're drinking.
They're stone drunk, so I'm saying they're stone broke.
Okay.
You've seen that video that went viral about that fight that happened at someone help me, Cape Town Way. Oh my word, I'm getting old, I'm telling you. Okay, it'll come to me. It was at a pub in Jeffreys Bay. There we go. Did you see it?
No.
It was a 10-minute video.
Yeah. Free for
all. Took the bottles, broke the bottles, going for each other, left, right, and center. You know, we must thank God. You know, sometimes I ask myself, imagine if we Muslims are allowed to drink too. What would I think it will be an absolute disaster. Thank God. I think you mustn't pray 5 times. You must pray 10 times a day. That God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prevented us from drinking alcohol. Because without alcohol, we go off our heads. Imagine with alcohol, what will happen?
Oh my God. It's true. Scary times.
Wow. Another problem is that the radio you gave me, who's this now? Salam the Doc, top show talking about liquor. Another problem is the radio you gave me, I can't get Al Ansar's scan many times, still can't pick it up. Okay, my brother, I'm not sure how we can help you. Do you know what he must do? So now we also radio technicians.
Yeah. I don't know if they can bring it to my surgery. I can set it up for you quickly. Because it is, you know,
bring it to a surgeon and sort it out for you.
It is a bit challenging.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a bit difficult?
It is a bit challenging, but there is a booklet that comes with it. So maybe if you're somebody that's a bit old or elderly, get somebody young in your family to just follow the prompts in the booklet.
Yeah, get one of those young lighties to do it, man. These lighties are sharp. 10 years from now, 20% of Saudi, this is from Faiz, 10 years from now, 20% of Saudi will be alcoholic. 20%. Things are only going to get worse. And the introduction of alcohol is only going to speed up the process. I tend to agree with him, actually. Okay, Doc, sorry.
But there is a huge alcohol problem in Saudi Arabia.
Is it?
Yes.
But I thought alcohol was only allowed in the compounds.
No, there is among the Saudis. There's a huge problem.
You mean Saudis are doping too?
Yeah, for long. I presented in a conference in 2011 at the Saudi Arabian International Narcotics Board. And we had like about 8 speakers from all over the world. And each one was presenting on a different topic. And I also have dealt and treated quite a number of patients from Saudi Arabia. And they tell me that they tend to drive over. They drive over to Bahrain, which is just a short drive.
Yeah, Bahrain is a short drive
from Riyadh.
Yeah. I actually want to go to Bahrain.
And they go drink like you can't believe it. I personally saw with my own eyes of young people who 1 or 2 hours treating, and I've assisted. They showed me a video. I promise you, I've seen a video. They showed me a video of a compound which they have along the beach, fenced.
Yeah, it's a fenced compound. All the compounds.
On the beach.
Yeah.
And they rent it out. And they have a party free for all. I'm talking about Arabs only. Arab male, Arab females.
Wow.
Right. And they have this party. And I've seen a Saudi Arabian woman in this party, purse drunk, completely stark naked, crawling on the floors. I've seen the video. This is how they party. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And
they
I
have
asked him,
parties.
I asked him,
they party hard.
I asked him, how do you all organize these parties? He says through the social media. We send out invites among a clique of us. And
a special clique, the certain ones of them only.
Yeah. And then we have.
And they are so wealthy, so the alcohol will start flowing. Okay, this can be the only thing that you found in South Africa. Zach, listen to this. Sent to us from Hajra Khan. Hilton Spa near Pietermaritzburg decided to drop the polite wording and go for a no-nonsense, tell it like it is approach. So what do you think they put on their sign why they closed? Guess. Dear customer, we are closed due to drunk staff. Thank you, Hajra. It's very interesting. Wasn't shy to do it too. No long explanation, no fancy wording, just straight facts. As the saying goes, talk straight, talk one story. And Hilton Spa understood the assignment perfectly. Straight to the point, no detours, no load shedding of words. Only can happen in South Africa. And I'm telling you, it's a pamphlet from Spa. It's a poster that says, "Dear customer, we are closed due to drunk staff." Ridiculous.
At least they've been honest.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Jeewa. I didn't receive the radio when I went to the bookshop. Amin said there was no more radios, but he took my number and said he will let me, but no response till now. I did ask you before for my elderly dad. I think her name is Bilkis.
Yeah, okay.
Bilkis
All right,
asked
yes.
her from a long time, actually.
Yeah, okay. Bilkis, I'll definitely work on it.
Okay, Bilkis, we'll sort it out for you.
Yeah, I'll sort it out on Monday. I'll give you a call and I'll sort it out for you, inshallah.
There we are. Done. Done, Bilkis, done. Okay, Doc, next.
सारी दुनिया से अब ये कहना है, किसी का जुल्म नहीं सहना है, शहादतों से अब न घबराएंगे, जालिमों के सामने हम डट जाएंगे, सारी उम्मत को साथ चलना है, पूरे ही दीन को समझना है, हर मुश्किल को पार कर जाएंगे, बुरे हालात भी गुजर जाएंगे, किसी भी खौफ में न रहे हम। अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु 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 अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, ये वक्त भी बदल देंगे, रब से हम मदद लेंगे, न छोड़ेंगे जुस्तजू, दीन को पकड़ लेंगे, तो उठ अब तू गुलामी से, इस जिंदगी बेईमानी से, हक की आवाज दे, बस अल्लाह का ही नाम ले, जब साथ तेरे रब खड़ा, दिल में जो धड़क रहा, यकीन रब की जात पे और आखिरत है सामने, तो तोड़ दे जंजीरों को, जुल्म की तस्वीरों को तोड़ के फिर बोल दे नाराए तकबीर। अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु 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 अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अल्लाहु अल्लाहु। हर एक पल को याद रखना है, आंख का आंख से ही बदला है, कितनी मासूम जान ले बैठे हो, इन जानों का हिसाब लेना है, कभी मायूस नहीं होना है, अपनी हालत को अब बदलना है, डट के मुकाबला हम कर जाएं।
Yes, welcome back, and you're listening to Nightline on this beautiful Saturday night.
On this beautiful, beautiful Saturday night.
No, only one beautiful.
Just, he said beautiful twice.
Yeah, no, but you put me in my place. So now I'll never forget. I'll always say it once. So
on this beautiful Saturday evening.
Assalamu alaikum to Durban and Peter Marisburg. I don't know Peter Marisburg. Yeah, Faiz is representing Peter Marisburg. This is Nightline, the show that keeps the conversation going long after the city goes quiet.
After the city goes quiet.
So we must carry on.
Marisburg alive or they're sleeping? Marisburg sleep early.
From hot topics and community issues to faith, family and everything in between, Nightline is where your voice matters. Don't go anywhere. Grab your phone, join the discussion, and let's talk. Let's listen to this. Now, how important is time, Brother Mohammed?
Oh, very. I can give you a lecture on time. I can give you a 1 hour lecture, and the topic can be time. Very few people can do that.
Okay, here's a summary of it.
Okay,
let's excuse the music. Listen to this. I don't know if you got me slide it down.
No, bhai. Your sliders up, bhai. You're not talking, mama. Now try. Okay, start it again.
It was 12 hours. Today, a day is still 12 hours. Before, a night was 12 hours. Today, a night is still 12 hours. But earlier, people had time. Today, people say they don't have time. Even though a 12-hour journey now takes only 4 hours, a family of 12 has become 4. A message that took 4 weeks now arrives in 4 seconds. Earlier, seeing someone far away took years. Today, it takes seconds. But still, we say, I don't have time. Going up and down in a building used to take time and effort. Now the lift does it in seconds. Still, no time. People used to stand in bank lines for hours. Now finish everything in seconds on their phones. Medical tests that took many days now complete in a few hours. Still, no time. We ride a scooter with one hand and hold a phone in the other because we don't have the time to stop. When there is traffic jam, we cross 2 lanes and create a third one because we don't have time to wait. No time to call our parents. No time to enjoy nature. But there is time for Netflix. Time to scroll useless reels. Time for YouTube. Time to argue about politics. But no time for ourselves. No time for our peace. No time for our own life. Life is easier now. Speed is faster. Technology is closer. Distances have disappeared. Comfort has increased. Opportunities are everywhere. Yet by saying, I don't have time, we have moved away from ourselves. We don't sit quietly anymore. We don't try to understand ourselves. We don't even laugh. And one day, all this time will pass. At the end, we realized one truth. We did have time, but we kept saying we didn't. And while saying no time, we forgot how to live. So start today. Give time to your loved ones. Give time to your family. Give time to your heart. Live for peace. Live with purpose. Live for what truly matters. Because I don't have time is not true. It's just a habit, and habits can be changed. Because if you don't make time for your life now, your life won't make time for you later. Follow Elevate Pulse X so you can return to yourself before the world pulls you away again. Make time before time leaves you.
Make time before time leaves.
And that's very, very true. Make time before time leaves us, because time is something you never get. You can't buy, you can't spend, you can't call back, you can do nothing. But it's gone, it's gone. 4 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. If you just joined us, welcome. Thank you. You missed a beautiful interview in the beginning of the program. We were talking about the Durban and Coastal Mental Health Center. There's a student, or I don't think she's a student anymore, but there's a message from an occupational therapy student. Let me read it for you. I didn't hear the full interview with the Durban and Coastal Mental Health. However, I'm an occupational therapy student who completed my blocks at 2 of their institutes, the one in Sherwood and the halfway house in Biria. From within, we were able to see firsthand the mismanagement and the disregard to the service users by the staff, particularly at the Sherwood Challenge. While some staff were very compassionate and tried within their limited resources to serve, it is overall poorly run. We witnessed the manager of some level, I don't remember who she was exactly, come to tell the users at the end of the month that she does not have the money to pay them. That's true. That hasn't changed. It's still the same. And she does not have the money to pay them despite them having done the work for various organizations, etc. We come to tell us in the month she does not have the money to pay them for having done the work for. Okay, we had also never seen her prior or after that. The users had been expecting payment for the work that had been done for the whole month, but were told that she don't have the money. Many of them do not have any other income, and their grants go to their placement at the hostel. That's true. When some users raised objections, we were told that they were troublemakers, misbehaved, etc. While I agree that they would benefit from support, there needs to be some change from within before funding is given. We agree with you totally, and I think we need to inform you that we are deliberately not doing financial funding. We want to help. Our concern right now is the 60 or 60 odd patients that are there. And you would know, because you're an occupational therapist, that some of them are physically and mentally handicapped. So we're trying to get stuff together for instance, food parcels for them, toothpaste, body lotions, shampoos, the basic thing that you and I take for granted that we use every day, like bath soaps, is what we're trying to actually put together. And Bianca's telephone number is 064-642-5547, 064-642-5547. So we want to help the patients that are there. I don't think they must become victims of the mismanagement or badly managed or under-resourced or underfunded. It's very, very unfair to them. I don't know if there has been a change of management since these reports, but the center's clear signs of this. We agree with you. We were actually placed first at the center in Durban North, but our department moved us to Sherwood as a state. We found this center, it was not conducive for us to serve as a learning site. The centers in Chatsworth and Wentworth are also used by our faculty for student placements, and from the experiences of others in my class, it was unfortunately the same or even worse. I think all of these mentally challenges homes, they're either underfunded, they're neglected, they're understaffed, they mismanaged, and I think it's because they think they'll be able to get away with it. So I've got your cell phone number. If you can most probably ask your lecturer to maybe start this all over again for the sake of the patients that are there. They need a doctor urgently right now for a patient that's battling and it's too large to move, and we'll be able to try and, as a community, as the wonderful, generous Muslim community that we are, it's down the road, it's Sherwood. Let's try and put ourselves together and let's try and help. We have to help. We have to do something.
I think the concern I have is mainly about assisting them with the basic needs.
Yeah, that's the basic needs. Yeah. No funding,
food
no
stuff,
finance.
Your basic stuff for caring yourself and things like that. And minor
the food, especially
the food is
right?
the main concern, I think, at most. I mean, to see them really on a daily basis to be battling on what to eat and eating the basic stuff. I mean, as she mentioned, she didn't want to be disrespectful, but I know, we like during Eid time and all, we make all this biryanis and
full of spice and
they won't be
some
able
of the
to manage.
indigenous can't manage
So
eating
they
it, right?
prefer just having the healthy stuff, basic
But
stuff.
I would work out that if you know that the home has got, let's do it for the sake of identification, because this day and age now, if you use color as a method of identification, they call you racist. So I'm just doing for the sake of identification. There's 50% black staff there, 50% black patients there, and there's 40% white, and the other 10% maybe Indian or actually colored. I'm surely you'll use your mentality to say, listen, now you can't give them a strong, spicy biryani because
they used to blend food.
They used to blend food. They
And
don't
also
get
the
that strong,
health-
spicy
the health condition.
The colon system, the digestive system must be totally different. But to every one of us listening, especially to you and I, we have to make a difference. It's down the road from us. We have to help, whether it's food, toothpaste, food parcels, whatever you can. Let's just try and help. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad and Doc. South Africa, and I would agree with this, South Africa has become a nation of alcoholics. We love liquor. As a nation of alcoholics, gamblers, and drug addicts, our people are in the shambles, just like the state of our government. And the extremely sad thing is that it's not limited only to non-Muslims. Absolutely correct. Many Muslims have fallen into these fitnas as well. And it's very scary and heartbreaking because it is destroying many lives. Now, let me give you more news that a listener sent to me. South Africans, Zach, listen to this. South Africans spent about 7.7 billion, not million, billion on alcohol between December 2025 and the 1st of January 2025.
Sure.
7.7 billion.
In 1 month.
Do you know how many poor people you can feed? Another analysis noted that alcohol sales exceed 1 billion per day in the days leading up to New Year's Eve. Daily, not total, 1 billion a day. These figures show that alcohol purchases spike sharply during the holiday week compared to average daily sales. The South African Police Services runs intensified festive season operations targeting violent crime, drunk driving, and alcohol-related offenses. In early December 2025, there were 16,000 suspects were arrested for various crimes, including driving under the influence, murder, and illegal liquor trade between the 22nd and 28th of December 2025. About 1,603 arrests were recorded in that period. I mean, these folks got the gallbladder to drive when they're drunk, dude. I don't understand that mentality. And 90% of the time, they don't die. Because they're so drunk, so they don't die.
The poor innocent guy that they either drove into or smashed into loses his life.
In fact, insurance have now come out very hard.
I'm glad.
They said that if you meet up in an accident while you're drunk, we will not pay you.
Good. Other reports noted 771 drunk drivers arrested and more than 1,000 illegal liquor sales apprehended during this. We're talking about 1 month. We're talking about the 1st of December, 2025 till the 1st of January, 2026. I mean, really, come on, man. We're a nation of alcoholics, man. Come on. Let's get our act together.
Lots of people are suffering.
Yeah, let's see. Salams, hope you're well in the studio. Yes, we're fantastic, away from the noise. I asked for the radio in November for my auntie and did not get a call from Dr. Jeewa. Please let me know if you have the radio now. Okay, you got to first tell us who you are, because there's a 6487 ending here, so we don't know who you are. So send me your number and I'll talk to Doctor and I'll try and make a plan. If it was promised to you, we'll give it to you. You know, Faiz, I want to have a discussion with you, Faiz. I want to have a serious discussion with you, your pit bulls, Faiz. I read an article last week.
You told me
that a mother and child was bitten or mutilated or mauled by pit bulls. And this brother of mine sitting in Maritzburg still tells me that they are not bad animals. Now compare my bull terrier, only I don't crop. Natural is best. Your bull terrier looks terrible, dude.
Looks like a bulldog.
This thing bites me, he'll never let go. Not because of the meat on me, but because of his jaws will lock. I suppose it saves him. Zubi Desai. Shukar, it's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. She highlighted the word beautiful, beautiful Saturday evening. Clear weather, no rain like last week. I actually wonder what the Oaks do in Howick sometimes over the weekend. You know that?
I'm familiar with Howick. Over 20 years ago, I think year 2000, we opened the first Islamic halfway house.
Where?
In Howick.
Where about in Howick?
It was overlooking the dam. This was a family. I think the gentleman was a non-Muslim, but his daughters were Muslims. He was married to a Muslim. She was late. And apparently the father passed away and the two girls were living abroad. And they allowed us usage of this beautiful cottage with a massive land.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
From the balcony, you could see the whole dam.
Wow.
We ran it for many
years. With the
years.
danger of having a dam near, what was drug addict house.
Yeah, the dam was pretty far.
Oh, good. Because those will jump in and think they can swim.
Or maybe they go fish without a fishing rod.
Imagine standing by the dam wanting to fish, no rod.
No rod. just high and fishing, and thinking that they're catching fish.
Zubi Desai is our favorite listener from Howick. So
Howick is a beautiful
nice
place.
area, nice place, nice place. Some crazy people come out of there, but it's a nice place.
Nice small place.
Contact on the numbers. Okay, she gave us our number, Doc. I will give it to you. I'm sure we'll make a plan for you. I don't know whether you're a brother or a sister or so, wherever you are. Why is that sound coming? For what reason?
From you put in your headphones too close to the mic.
Let me see. Let me try again.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Try the other ear.
Huh?
Try the other ear.
Yeah,
try the forehead now.
No sound coming out of the forehead.
See, the forehead is empty. Huh? It just shows how empty his head is, right? In that way. Okay, so the next clip I want to play,
So just insult me on a public platform.
We know...
Switch the mic off. Switch the mic off.
Okay, switch his mic off. Okay, I'll play the clip then in the meanwhile. We know that, when it comes to Islam, there's a lot of misunderstandings. And Islam has been labeled as a violent religion, full of terrorists and things like this. And obviously... they say that, the media portrays it to be like a scary religion. It's a path of discipline, clarity, and self-respect and liberation from the very industries that keep societies dependent. We also see that when people learn what Islam teaches, grounding, purity, self-mastery, and worship of the One, a lot of harmful narratives start to fall apart. Let's listen to this.
Islam, you might not actually know. Muslim is literally an Arabic word that literally translates to someone who surrenders to God. Islam is an Arabic term that literally translates to surrender to God or submission to God. Allah literally translates as the God. Allah isn't a different God to the God of Christians or Jewish people. Allah is God. And when we say God, we mean the creator, the one creator that creates everything, this world, this universe, people, trees, plants, energy, everything. So when people say, thank you, universe, I trust in the universe, what they really mean is Allah, the force that rules and plans everything out. So when astrologists look at their chart and they say, oh, I'm like this because of this, yeah, you're like this because of Allah. When people do mantra, really at its core, at its root, they're doing mantra to God, or at least they should be. At least their soul is trying to do that. I'm pretty sure that if you were to look at the ancient scriptures of the Vedic traditions and Buddhist traditions in their pre-canonized, pre-colonialized, that's a word, versions, it would all be saying the same thing at its core, that there is one God that we all as human beings and animals naturally worship in our soul, naturally surrendered in our soul, naturally living in the order that God, the creator, has ordered out for us. What I mean by that is the flowers turn to the sun, then they die. This is a surrender to God, to God's flow. People are born when they're born. People die when they die. This is a surrender and submission to the divine flow of things. The Quran came down to rectify the previous scriptures because they were taken out of context and twisted and changed by men. God sent those messages down, that is a fact, to the previous prophets, peace be upon them, with the same message. The Quran came because men were not understanding the message because they created hell on earth subsequently. They were savages. We were savages. Some still are. With order and control, patriarchy, top-down power, systemic violence and oppression, inequality and injustice upon the lands. The word of God got twisted and became a weapon of control. Many prophets, same message. And the Quran came down as the final message, confirming those prophets that had gone before Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and confirming what they came here to do, and confirming what the true message is, and what it always was, which is worship and submit yourself only to the creator of all. Don't worship and submit yourself to any other idol, that being some god or goddess that you've created from an archetype of human psyche, some image of God you've created, nothing like that. Don't be worshipping celebrities, your parents, your friends, your partner. No one but the creator has a real authority over you. The only person you should have and do have an attachment with, an inherent attachment that cannot be broken, is with the creator of all time, which is the benevolent force, the benevolent omniscient force that governs everything and creates everything. Remember, Allah is not a man, not a woman, not a person, not an animal, not a thing. Okay, that's what Allah is. That's what God is. A benevolent, almighty force that controls, orders, and is connected to everything, always across time, space, and dimensions. The other message is of equality and love. If you read the Gospel of Jesus, i.e. if you get a red letter Bible, which is a Bible that has red letters in it, which you can trust are from Jesus himself, peace be upon him, you will see that it is the same voice as the Quran. That's because Jesus was channeling the one creator, Allah. That women should be respected, protected, and honored at all times. That we shouldn't be going around sleeping with multiple people because it creates psycho-spiritual disease. That we should love our family and our neighbors around us and always act with justice and respect, even if we don't have the same beliefs. That we should give to the poor and feed the needy. That material wealth and possessions in this world will mean nothing when we die. So we should focus on an inner cultivation of wealth, of deep healing, enlightenment, and truth within our hearts. To be authentic and not to live in denial. To live with integrity, speak truth, and stand up against oppression and injustice. And to live with humility, not arrogance, rooting your entire existence in a strong faith in God alone above everything else. Sometimes when people hear the title of Muslim, they automatically think of the system of the religion that it has become today, and often because of the media can jump to a specific negative image and idea of what that looks like. Don't get it twisted. There are so many Muslims alive today, if they're truly Muslim, that will look at nations that use Islam in their name and their label of who they are, but in reality are causing oppression and violence onto their people, and they will shame them and they will not associate themselves to them. There are so many Muslims that see the evil within the systematic structure of Islam as an organized religion. Please listen to this video to remind yourself or to learn what Islam Islam really is and the real message that it came with, the real message that it is. Men have lost the plot in every religion and culture right now. So don't let those distortions cloud your understanding of what a Muslim really means. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all and the mercy of Allah and their blessings.
Ameen, ameen.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good advice she gave in the end.
Very good advice. You know, the problem is that Islam has always been labeled as either scary or bad, not because of its teachings, but because of a combination of fear, misinformation, politics, media narratives, and a lack of real exposure. This perception is constructed, it's not inherent. Here's a clear breakdown of why this perception exists. Media framing and selective coverage is the worst. Western media finishes our religion. Most people's exposure to Islam comes through news headlines, not everyday Muslims. Violent acts by individuals who claim Islam are constantly linked to the religion. Violent acts by people of other religions are usually framed as either they're mentally ill, lone wolf, or extremists, and not representative of their faith. This creates an unfair associations. So violence plus Muslim becomes an Islamic problem. Violence and non-Muslims becomes an individual problem. So over time, repetition builds fear. Actions of extremist groups. Extremist groups is about 1% of the population.
True.
Every different faith has got extremist groups in it, okay? That's how they follow the cult. Groups like maybe, I don't know, ISIS or whatever, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, whatever you want to talk about, do not represent mainstream Islam. They are rejected by the overwhelming majority of Muslims. They kill more Muslims than anyone else. We need to go, and I spoke to you about, maybe we must have a program. We need to go where you and I, the person in the street, needs to drive a much more clearer picture of what Islam is. What is Islam and what is Muslim? It's two different things completely.
100%.
In this world of a million faces, 1,000 passing trams, I search for an example on which my heart depends. The history books have pages, the stories have been told, but my soul just feels a longing more precious than all gold. I read about your kindness, the mercy in your eyes, how you would feed the hungry and silence all their cries. But words can only do so much to bridge this gap of time. I'm reaching through the age for a hand to hold in mine. They say that love can cross all seas and faith can move all hills. So I'm sending this salam to you, my restless heart stands still with just one thought. Ya Muhammad, Ya Rasulullah. If I had seen you just for a moment's grace, the dust upon your feet would have been my sacred space. If I had heard you call out a single name, this broken world around me would never feel the same. Just one glance was all I needed to make my spirit new. Oh, how I wish I'd seen you, how I wish I knew you. I try my best to follow the sunnah that you gave, to be gentle in my anger and in my dealings brave. I see a stranger and I smile and hope you would have smiled too. In every little good I do it seeking you. But sometimes in this dunya my tired footsteps fall, and I whisper out your name into the silence of my wall, and pray you'll recognize me on that final fateful day. And with your blessed intercession you'll wipe my fears away. They say that love can cross all seas and faith can move all hills. So I'm sending this salam to you, my restless heart stands still with just one thought. Ya Muhammad, Ya Rasulullah. If I had seen you just for a moment's grace, the dust upon your feet would have been my sacred space. If I had heard you call out a single name, this broken world around me would never feel the same. Just one glance was all I needed to make my spirit new. Oh, how I wish I'd seen you, how I wish I knew you. So I walk this path believing, though my eyes have never seen. Your presence is a guidance, a light that burns within.
Welcome back. It's 27 minutes past the hour of 11 o'clock. We've got quite a few messages to go through, which we'll go through, and then we'll come back and have a discussion with you. But I was telling my partner in crime, that as lay people, let's call ourselves lay people, we have a responsibility to spread the correct understanding of our religion in the whole world today, especially the Western media. We are either looked upon as terrorists, dangerous, we undermine our women, we are very authoritative at home. These things have to change, and this lack of knowledge, lack of education about Islam is because people have never read the Quran. They've never spoken deeply with a Muslim to get proper understanding. They don't know Islamic beliefs about mercy, about charity, about justice, about family, respect for Jesus, Hazrat Isa, Moses, Mary, Maryam, Abraham. Ignorance fills the gap and fears. I don't think, listen, this guy's doing dawah's work. He's doing amazing amount of dawah work. But I think their focus is too much on conversion or reversion. But I think we need to focus on spreading the correct image of what Islam is really all about, and not being fed by Western media. Because, I mean, you go anywhere in the world, whether you're in the United States, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in France, whether you're in Holland, wherever, you just, if you wear a beard, or if you have a mosque hat on and you enter any airport, you are hassled, whether you like it or not, in any European country in this world. And I don't think it's done deliberately. I think it's done because of ignorance more than anything else. So it's not the responsibility of dawah or da'is to ensure that your religion is understood. It's every one of our responsibility. To your neighbor next door, Qurans I can give you. I'll give you Qurans in English, in Afrikaans, in Sotho, in Zulu, in whatever language you want, free of charge. Now, the purpose of the Quran is not to insist on reverting them or convert, is for them to get a better understanding of what our religion is all about. But what do you think, Doc?
You know, while you were talking, what came to mind is that, let's be very honest, if you have a discussion with an individual, you know, no matter how learned they are, or no matter how educated they are, or whatever it is, based on their mindset, they will not accept whatever you explain to them, no matter how much, because people play with semantics, they play with words, and they become very technical. And that is what's happening when you listen to those that attack Islam, you know, who has Islamophobia. They will misconstrue and turn things around, even if the truth is facing them right on their face. The only one way, and Allah Ta'ala have said it over and over again, people have quoted this over and over again, there's only one way to change that perception, is how we behave.
Exactly.
And how we
You're
act.
100%
Simple.
Right. It's our own behavior.
How we act and how we behave and how we respond. Correct.
How we behave in public. How we behave in people that watch what we do. Because let me tell you, if you're telling me that Islam was an inherently violent religion, then how does 1.9 billion, maybe 2 billion now, Muslims worldwide, how do they coexist daily in every profession, country, and culture? Most Muslims are victim of Islamophobia. Ironically, Muslims are often targets of hate crimes, face discrimination, are expected to prove they're peaceful while being held responsible for actions they didn't commit. So it's your responsibility, mine, Zach's, and everybody else's. It's not the dawah people to give a perfect example of how Islam should be.
Like early on when we played the clip by Tucker Carlson now, if people followed the history of Tucker Carlson, he was basically the person that was leading the pro-Zionist and anti-genocide and anti-Muslim and anti-Palestinian rhetoric. He was frontline, in the news media until the truth hit him in his face and he changed. And in that clip he played, he compared the Arab countries, the lifestyle in Arab countries compared to the lifestyle in Western countries. And what he mentioned, and let's be very honest with you, when you live in these countries, it's safe. People won't steal.
Oh no, it's safe. I mean,
people
you can walk
treat
2 o'clock
people
in the
properly.
morning.
Nobody argue. No road rage. No arguments. People are smiling. People are going on with their lives. The quality of life. Let's be also honest. A lot of non-Muslims are the workforce in basically the UAE. Am I right?
Yes, expats.
But they are treated equally. They are treated well, and they are protected and they are safe. So again, it's the behavior of the people running those countries and how they treated others and everybody else is what actually created a change in mindset. So again, Allah Ta'ala says He'll change the condition of the people if we change what's within us. Now, how difficult it is if each one of us focus on changing ourselves.
I agree with you.
It's not difficult. And life will be much more peaceful. All you need to do is look at where your shortcomings are, your faults are, where you went wrong, what you're doing wrong, how you need to respond and how you need to change in this way. I mean, 2 days ago, coming out from work, going to my car, I saw this Muslim guy pushing a pram with a child, wife walking in front. Suddenly, it started ranting and raving and screaming at this one van. For what? Why the hell you didn't put your indicators on? And he's going on about the man never put his indicators on when he turned into a parking lot. And the guy was going on, I promise you.
He was going on like a mad thing.
Was going on like a crazy thing.
That is a bad example.
The driver got up and he looked at this guy and he says, "Excuse me, sir, how are you screaming and ranting and raving in front of your child?
Absolutely.
You're pushing a small child.
What example are you setting?
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's a responsibility of you and I. I agree with you. Our example is what's going to get people to understand the way we should behave.
Correct.
Zubi Desai says that she's at Harry Newell's house near Safla's reside there. Please must come and visit, inshallah. Zubi, we'll come have Juma lunch with you. Salams, Sister Rashida, salams, hope all is well. Very interesting show. Please send me the link for the song. Jazakallah khair. We're going to end with that song, right?
We'll end with that song, yeah.
Rashida wants a link to that song. Okay. Frank Hayes says, most disturbing news is the intention by Israeli right-wing defense minister to introduce crocodiles in prison perimeters to deter escapes of Palestinians. They will throw the Palestinians to the crocodiles. What stops them from doing it and saying, well, the guy tried to escape?
True. I don't know if you've seen the video about Jared Kushner, who has signed a deal and agreement of about 50-60 billion, where they're going to revamp Gaza into this Rivera. Beautiful, along completely new buildings, shopping centers, AI smart. And in their whole plan that they rolled out, they never mentioned nothing about the 2 million Palestinians living there. Nothing, zero.
I don't know whether that plan will ever be able to done. I'm of the opinion that I don't think Trump will last his existing period of term, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Faiz, no matter what you say, bro, I can't tolerate not yours, but I can't tolerate. They look so good and so calm, but I tell you, the most dangerous dogs in the world. Really. And this is a puppy. Whoa, he's my size. and you call him a puppy.
And if you know your size.
Yeah, it's crazy, my man. Crazy. Just look after yourself. Please take care of these dogs. They're amazing. They're actually brown and white. They're actually excellent. The Nasheed. Come, let me just, how do I get back to where I was here, please?
Okay, while you're getting there.
Anyone tell you that you're useless, because you're not.
Nobody tells you useless.
You're amazing. Each one of us is unique. Allah loves you. He knows you personally. He knows your challenges. He knows your struggles. He knows your tears. He knows what is going on. He knows the positives, the negatives. He knows more than you know about yourself.
No matter where you're from, we're the same. I'll feel love and I'll feel pain. We are all finding our way. Faith will be our shelter. We're not alone, we can help each other. We start as friends and build each other. All the wrongs we seek forgiveness. There are times we are strangers to ourselves. Ooh, but if we rise above our fears, the days build into years of trial. He will love you in every way. He will be there when nobody stays. If you trust him, he'll do it. And tackle your hardships and guide you the way. He's watching over us. Oh, well. He's watching over us. He's watching over us when the times get too tough. Watching over. We're in a world of uncertainty, whether good and bad for the money it brings. May Allah protect us from these things and all the hurt it brings. Purify hearts and souls. Life can be a big winding road, but only you know where it goes. So we'll follow. He will love you in every way. He will be there when nobody stays. If you trust him, he'll do it. And tackle your hardship and guide you the way. He's watching over us. He's watching over us. He's watching over us when the times get too tough. He's watching over us.
Welcome back. It's 20 minutes to the hour of 12 on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday evening here at the studios in 207 West Road. We're not at the souk today, this evening. Last week we were at the souk, but tonight we are not, because we wanted to sacrifice the souk so we'll be able to spend more time and understand and listen to our listeners when they send us all those wonderful messages like they did tonight. Frank, thank you for the wonderful message. One aspect I like of this show is objectivity. Is when we can come out of our comfortable zones and look at life from the outside looking inwards. Thank you, sir. It was very nice. Brother Scotty, you know what, Frank? I was thinking about Scotty right now, and you send me that message. I think someone needs to tell him to call us or send us a message. I haven't heard from Scotty for a while. I just want to know whether he's fit, whether he's well, or whether he's okay. So
Scully
if you know
said
Scotty,
he's retired. He's gone from an active listener to a passive listener.
yeah,
He told
but
us
must,
at the last
yeah, but he must tell us he's around. He mustn't just keep quiet. We got concerned about certain people, including Nasima Mohammed, which you haven't heard from tonight. She must be at the souk. The Israelis want to send our Palestinian families to Somalia. Allah is the best of planners. Allah is the best of planners. Okay, that's right. That's all the messages I have. Doc?
Okay. So before we end off, I want to play this clip. This video will break your heart. Listen to this very carefully.
Subhanallah, a reporter asks a child in Gaza a simple question: what do you wish for? And the child says, I wish to die. Wallahi, those words do not just break hearts. They expose the collapse of this world and how deeply humanity has failed. But look at the child closely. Look at her face. She was not screaming. She was not angry. She was smiling as she said it. Smiling with a calmness that should not belong to a child who has suffered this much. Pause for a moment and truly look at this video. Look at the innocence in her smile, the softness in her voice. This is not hatred speaking. This is a soul forced to mature too early, a heart that learned patience before it ever learned comfort.
ايش نفسك قلتي؟ ايش نفسك قلتي؟ ليش؟ ليش؟ من ايش؟
Subhanallah, when we first saw this clip, our hearts froze. A child is not supposed to wish for death. A child is supposed to wish for life. But this child has lived through so much pain that death sounds like rest to her. Imagine the level of suffering it takes for a child to reach this state. Hunger, fear, loss, destruction. And yet no rage, no bitterness, only patience and endurance. Wallahi, this is not weakness, this is strength. This is the sabr that many adults could never carry. These are the people Allah speaks about, those who endure when the world crushes them, those who remain gentle when life is brutal. How can world leaders sleep at night? Really, how? How can they speak of human rights while children learn patience before they learn safety? This is not just political failure, this is moral bankruptcy. Yet as believers, we know something the world ignores. Allah sees this child. Allah sees that smile. Allah sees the patience behind those words. And Allah does not allow this level of suffering to go unrewarded. The Prophet ﷺ taught us that those tested the most are the most beloved to Allah, that those who endure with patience will be rewarded without measure. These are the blessed people of Allah. Their lives may be heavy here, but their hereafter will be light. Their tears will be replaced with joy, their patience crowned with the highest reward. This video is not meant for scrolling. It is meant to shake us, to wake us up, to remind us that comfort weakens hearts, but hardship raises souls. O Allah, grant patience to the children and the people of Gaza. O Allah, protect their hearts, heal their wounds, and elevate their ranks. O Allah, grant them the highest place in Jannah, and never let our hearts grow numb to their suffering.
Beautiful message.
That was very
simple,
sad.
Wonderful
Very
message.
sad. It's sad when your life becomes so intolerable and so painful and so hard and so difficult that you're a 7 or 8 year old and you want Allah SWT to take your life away and at that age you want to live life, right?
Because of the pain that they go through,
Terrible.
the suffering they go through. And, I like the message that he says that, the ones that are tested the most are the most beloved in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you handle those stresses that Allah has put you through with patience and prayer, in time, inshallah ta'ala, Allah will reward you. So never ever give up hope with anything taking place. Anyway, 2025 is over and we started 2026. So let's just do a quick recap courtesy of Channel Islam International, where they define the news in 2025 in 5 minutes. Let's listen to this.
In 5 minutes, South Africa has moved onto the Nusuk Hajj platform and the Hajj quota is decreased. Johannesburg hosts the G20 summit held for the first time on African soil. The Russia-Ukraine war continued into its 4th year. Trump took office for a 2nd term and initiated executive orders on immigration, trade and tariffs. For the first time in democratic history, the national budget was postponed 3 times due to GNU infighting over a proposed VAT increase. President Ramaphosa opened the first national convention of the National Dialogue in August. KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi accused Police Minister Senzo Mchunu of ties to criminal syndicates, leading to the minister's suspension and the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. The AI arms race accelerated with the release of ChatGPT-5 and Gemini 3. Israel conducted an airstrike in Doha targeting the leadership of Hamas. Egypt blocked a land-based Sumud convoy and related global March to Gaza initiatives from reaching the Rafah crossing. South Africa officially exited the Financial Action Task Force grey list. The Constitutional Court ruled that men can legally assume their wives' surnames. The Proteas won the 2025 ICC World Cup Test Championship. The Iran-Israel 12-day war. Ahmed Al-Ahmed is hailed a hero for stopping the Bondi Beach shooter. The US wrongly accused South Africa of white genocide and began an Afrikaner asylum program. A NATO summit in The Hague results in defense spending commitments. The 17th BRICS summit is held in Rio. Gen Z protesters took to the streets in several countries. Sudan is declared a top global humanitarian crisis for the 3rd year. Famine was confirmed in parts of Gaza amid ongoing war and Israeli blockades. 2025 was among the hottest years on record. Glaciers reached peak extinction due to climate change. A magnitude 8.8 earthquake near Kamchatka, alarmed scientists. Record wildfires in Southern California destroyed tens of thousands of structures. US-China tensions persisted over trade, tech, and influence. Trump's tariff war reshaped global politics and trade. Australia banned under-16s from using social media apps. There were major breakthroughs in xenotransplantation. And in India, plane crash kills 260 people. Thai-Cambodia border clashes broke out. A Myanmar call center scam was exposed. The COP30 climate talks were held in Brazil. 17 South African men were tricked into fighting in Ukraine. South African-born Elon Musk joins the White House to head Dodge. The rand strengthens on rising gold prices and economic data outlook. S&P upgrades South Africa's credit rating for the first time in nearly 2 decades. A mass shooting in Salisbury, Gauteng kills at least 12, including children. 153 Palestinians from Gaza were irregularly transported to South Africa via Al-Majd, Europe. 27 Home Affairs officials were dismissed for fraud and corruption. Heavy floods in the Eastern Cape killed over 100 and displaced thousands. Imran Khan remains behind bars. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan sign a strategic mutual defense agreement. Foreign ministers of Muslim-majority countries meet in Istanbul for talks on Gaza's reconstruction. Jordan bans the Muslim Brotherhood. Afghan-Pakistan border conflict erupts involving Pakistani Taliban forces. ISIS resurfaced in Syria and Turkey. The 2025 Islamic Solidarity Games were held in Riyadh. The 33rd Annual International Sunni Ijtima was held in Mumbai. The Sharjah International Book Fair 2025 featured the Muslim Council of Elders promoting dialogue. An Islamic alliance pledged to improve access to education for girls and women. A Bangladesh court sentences Sheikh Hasina to death. The 2025 Arab Islamic Extraordinary Summit is held in Doha to address Middle East tensions. The Muslim World League launched a $500 million fund for climate-resilient agriculture in Islamic nations. Tourists were attacked in Pahalgam in Indian-occupied Kashmir. Pakistan and India engaged in skirmishes, including cross-border firing. Abu Bakr Sise was fatally stabbed 40 times while praying in a masjid in southern France. The UK government bans Palestine action. A 2025 Darul Uloom Haqqaniya seminary suicide bombing kills clerics and worshippers in Pakistan. Zohran Mamdani wins the New York mayorship. US sanctions on Syria were permanently lifted and President Shara was removed from terrorist lists. Houthis announced the end of Red Sea shipping attacks. The Muslim civil rights group case sues the Florida Governor DeSantis for labeling it a foreign terrorist. Advances in AI tools for processing hadith highlight technology's role in Islamic studies. ICE detains Mahmoud Khalil, Sami Hamdi, and the US revokes 1,700 student visas for supporting Palestine. Abu Ubaidah, the spokesperson of Hamas, was assassinated by Israel. The International Union of Muslim Scholars issued a fatwa calling for jihad against Israel. Israeli settlers carried out 2,350 attacks on Palestinians in the West Bank in October alone. Israel was responsible for nearly half of all journalists killed in 2025. Sumud, the largest flotilla, set sail to break the siege on Gaza. Austria has banned headscarves in schools for girls under 14. 15 million people perform Hajj and Umrah in just the first quarter of 2025, breaking records. Bangladesh restored and accept Israeli inscription on passports, effectively barring its citizens from traveling to the apartheid state. For years, CI Radio has sent out a daily news flash, which has been praised by politicians, ulama, businessmen, and many others. If you'd like the news flash sent to your phone, WhatsApp 072-991-3154. CI Radio, taking Islam to the world and bringing the world to you.
That was 5 minutes.
That was 5 minutes of 2025. We updated you for 5 minutes. Let me just tell you what for our brother Sabir Ahmed Jazbai will update you with regards to his opinion on the Venezuelan issue. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela rejects, repudiates, and denounces before the international community the extremely serious military aggression perpetrated by the current government of the United States of America against Venezuelan territory and population in the civilian and military localities of the city of Caracas, capital of the Republic, and the states of Miranda, Araguay, and La Guayara. This act constitutes a flagrant violation of the Charter of the United Nations, especially Articles 1 and 2, which enshrine respect for sovereignty and the legal equality of states and the prohibition of the use of force. Such aggression threatens international peace and stability, specifically in Latin America and the Caribbean, and puts the lives of millions of people at serious risk. The objective of this attack is none other than to seize Venezuela's strategic resources, particularly its oil and minerals, in an attempt to forcibly break the nation's political independence. They will not succeed. After more than 200 years of independence,
The people and the legitimate government remain steadfast in defending their sovereignty and their inalienable right to decide their own destiny. The attempt to impose a colonial war to destroy the republican form of government and force a regime change in alliance with the fascist oligarchy will fall like all previous attempts. Since 1811, Venezuela has confronted and defeated empires. When foreign powers bombarded our coast in 1902, President Cipriano Castro proclaimed, "The insolent foot of the foreigner has desecrated the sacred soil of the fatherland." Today, with the spirit of Bolivar, Miranda, and our liberators, the Venezuelan people rise again to defend their independence in the face of imperial aggression. The Bolivarian government calls on social and political forces in the country to activate mobilization plans and repudiate the imperialist attack. The people of Venezuela and the Bolivarian National Armed Forces, in perfect popular military-police fusion, are deployed to guarantee sovereignty and peace. Simultaneously, Bolivarian peace diplomacy will file the corresponding complaints with the UN Security Council, the Secretary General of that organization, CELAC, and NAM, demanding the condemnation and accountability of the U.S. government. Do you think Venezuela will react? President Nicolas Maduro has ordered all national defense plans to be implemented at the appropriate time and under the appropriate circumstances, in strict accordance with the provisions of the Constitution of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, the Organic Law on States of Exception, and Organic Law on National Security. In this regard, President Nicolas Maduro has signed and ordered the implementation of a decree declaring a state of external emergency throughout the national territory in order to protect the rights of the population and the full functioning of republican institutions, and to immediately move to armed struggle. The entire country must mobilize to defeat this imperialist aggression. But he's been kidnapped, right?
Yeah, they kidnapped him and his wife and took him away and put them in prison. But understand one thing about America. They will only attack countries that they know that they won't respond or they don't have the power to respond. They will not try that with Iran.
Yeah, they won't try with Iran. Let's listen to Faiz and then we can round up the program.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, this video, I also downloaded it on, came on Al Jazeera English. Yeah, that child, you know, the background, you can see all the demolished buildings, the sewage running, and they running around with the champals. And this reporter has got the camera facing her, and I've seen this, him asking like why she wants to die. Very sad. But I also saw videos of the Israelis, how they were crying when their cars and all were floating on the streets. I mean, but look at it this way, right? All the sewage and drainage systems in Palestine, the whole of Palestine. I'm talking about Gaza and the West Bank. With all that, look, there is flooding and there is a lot of hardship and they're suffering, with their tents and this rain and whatnot, but still they're carrying on with their salah and whatnot. And if you look at inside now the Jewish part of Palestine, the occupied Palestine, these Jews are crying about their cars and all that floating in the streets. How the Palestinians are managing, one thing we have to understand, Allah is with them. Never mind what we are seeing, no matter the suffering and whatnot. فَإِنَّا مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّا مَعَ الْأُسْرِ يُسْرًا. And then we have our faith, and our faith has us. لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينٍ. Just believe in the verses of the Quran. The Palestinians will be victorious.
Sound like a die,
Inshallah. Ameen.
Ameen. MashaAllah.
How's that?
Alhamdulillah.
Faiz sound like a die. He quoted the verse from Alam Nashra Laka Sadrak. He was right, actually. Inna ma'al usri yusra, inna ma'al usri yusra. Okay, before we say thank you to all our Facebook listeners, thank you to people listening to us outside of South Africa. Thank you for our silent listeners, our passive listeners, and all of those that contributed to it. By me, Brother Muhammad Fariawa, Dr Jeewa, and our expert technician, Zakaria. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We were with you for 3 hours.
So that's a wrap for tonight's Nightline on Radio Lansar. But the conversation never ends.
Conversation goes on.
Stay share your thoughts, and join us again next week Saturday from 8:30 till late on 90.4 FM in Durban, 105.6 in Peter Marisburg. Until then, keep thinking, keep talking, and keep shining your light. Good night and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This dunya breaks me. Allah heals me.
I fall again. He still sees me. He knows my heart. He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman, again and again. This dunya breaks me.